Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another ozfortress Season 28 High playoffs game. This time we're looking at the lower page playoffs game. Someone is being eliminated. We are watching Cheesewheel versus Saharan Spies. I am Michael, joined by Connor on production as always, and on the mic with me I have RRLUCKY. How are you going this evening?
I'm doing quite well, Michael. Yourself?
Yeah, it's Thursday, nearly the weekend. Thank God. We have what I think will be very exciting Team Fortress 2 tonight. As I mentioned, we have Cheesewheel versus Saharan Spies, and these two teams playing for a placement badge. The first lot of high placement badges to be released, and both of these teams won at least that top three.
It's going to be interesting how they play and who goes through in High for the first season of High that we've seen. And the maps have been done, as you can see on the side here. We have Logjam, Proland, and then Snakewater if we need it. So it should be a really good night of TF2.
Yeah, definitely. I think I think it was Saharan Spies that ended up picking Proland, and then the other two maps were the pick of Cheesewheel. So, I mean, Saharan Spies going for what is quite possibly the slowest map in the pool right now, and then Cheesewheel going for two maps that, if you play them right, you can really up the tempo on and just kind of steamroll. And I was having a peek at some of the logs before, and they made very quick work of a team on Logjam. It was like a 15-minute 5-0 or something like that. So I think they're feeling confident on the map, and I think we should probably take a look at going through these teams so people actually know who we're going to be watching tonight.
Alright, well, I'll go through Cheesewheel here. Oh, not Cheesewheel. Yes, Cheesewheel, sorry. So, on Cheesewheel, we have Scout as Bonk. Scout as Wishcast, also known as Shooter. Then on Soldier Roma, we have LAR. Then we have on Pocket Siege, Demo Man Bread, and Medic Weapon Fire.
Yeah, and then on Saharan Spies, we have Omni and Ino on Scouts. We have Sean on Roma, KL on Pocket, Crybaby / Jane Doe / Hipster on Demo Man. You'll hear us call him any one of those three during the night. And we have MG on Medic. So, I mean, both of these teams, they both have incredibly experienced players. I mean, all of Cheesewheel is incredibly experienced. I think the newest one of these players started playing TF2 in 2014. And then some of them have been around for much longer. And on Saharan Spies, a lot of the players have been around kind of since 2014. I think Sean and MG, their first seasons were, I want to say, around 2014, to my knowledge. So, I mean, definitely, kind of in terms of total numbers of seasons, both of these teams are fairly even, with a lot of the Cheesewheel players taking a very large break in the past few years, not being as active, but they've come back over the past few seasons, and I mean, they're looking to make another playoffs run, as last season, the core of this team won Intermediate, which was the equivalent of High this season.
Yeah, and that's definitely something to not look over. They're a very strong team, and we were talking before the stream actually went live of the Soldiers versus Scouts here, and we were saying that Saharan Spies would probably favour on the Scout side, but Cheese will favour on the Soldier side.
Yeah, definitely, and especially with the addition, well, not the addition, but the substitution of Omni. Omni, if anyone who watched last night's game, is the core combo scout for Brain Cells 2020, the current and only grand finalist for High. They won their series 2-0 last night, and he is a merc for them tonight. And I mean, look, when you're getting honestly one of the top scouts in the division right now to merc for you in an elimination game of all games, I mean, when you're Saharan Spies, you've got to be looking to take this opportunity.
At the same time, does that say something about Cheesewheel's confidence just to allow that to happen? If I was on Cheesewheel, I would be saying, oh man, no, don't let that happen. We can't get eliminated this game. But to let that happen, does that really speak of their confidence?
I mean, look, I know some of these guys. They are very confident players. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I do know Shooter, or Wishcash, he did fill in for Zeus on Brain Cells for the past week. They've been scrimming with him and they played their official with him. So maybe, just maybe, he's got a bit of insight on how Omni might play so they can prepare for it. As I think that would be a very interesting way to go about it if they try and play against a stronger player, but a player that they know how they'll play. I think that's going to be a way better chance for them to actually take a win against someone who might be a little worse, but is an unknown quantity, especially on Combo Scout, because that's what he is filling in for, is Combo Scout. Honestly, the most impactful class in the game right now.
And I'll also say that I have played with Omni a bit, and he's also pretty good, like, at main calling as well. Like, if they need their combo scout to main call, which would be a little bit weird for a Merc to come in main call. I don't know who actually main calls on Saharan Spies, but he also can make great calls. So I think he's just a great all-round player. And yeah, if a cheesewheel to allow him to get in, that's very interesting.
Yeah, and I think the caller for Saharan Spies, to my knowledge, it is for the most part MG, their medic. As he is just kind of like the brain of the team, to my knowledge. So, sorry, I'm trying to get some things sorted out. I'm being told to relay messages because we are facing some minor delays to do with the server. And for some reason, I'm the errand boy. So, don't know why that's happening.
Classic TF2 Source Engine not being able to load into the server with the STV. Classic, but eventually we'll get this underway. It should be a great night of TF2. And speaking of the rosters while you're getting stuff sorted out, I hate to ask you more questions, but we said, Soldier heavy on cheesewheel, Scout heavy on Saharan Spies. What do you think, these maps, which roster do you think it favors more?
Ooh. See, it's tough. I feel like the maps that have been chosen, they can swing either way. I think, especially the first two, Snakewater, I think, is fairly Soldier dominant. The amount of height you can take on mid, and then how easily you can just roll mid through to second to last. I'm not shocked that they picked that for their third map. Logjam on the first map, you can play around your soldiers a lot, but because of how open of a map it is, if the scouts on Saharan Spies position correctly around their medic, and on the odd occasion, if the scouts aren't positioned correctly or are dead, if MG can hit a good surf away, it's going to be very easy to negate the impact that these soldiers can have. Meanwhile, on Pro Lands, while it is a very close quarters map, it's really just a hellhole. Like, it can get really chaotic. So I think in that sense, having strong scouts and a strong demo man to be able to lock down those chokes and do a lot of essentially damage control in the fights is going to play in the favor of Saharan Spies. So the teams, both teams really going for maps they are comfortable on, which is something that I'd like to see in playoffs. I'm not a fan of seeing teams playing maps for like the second or third time in the season in playoffs, so I think that's just kind of, it's really dumb, especially in a match like this where it's an elimination game. If you're first seed going into secure a grand final spot and you got first pick, I don't mind seeing it just to try and throw them off, but seemingly confident picks coming out from both of these teams. So that should mean we have some good TF2, as I have loaded into a server. So,
yes, I have too. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. The servers have been saved. So hopefully we can get this going fairly soon. Because I want to see these two teams play. We've got some keen matchups. As you mentioned, the soldiers on the side of Cheesewheel probably ending up being a little stronger overall. Sean and Kale just not having the best seasons this season. And really just playing a very large sacrificial game. That has been the reason they've been doing this. But Air and Z, their jumps this season, from the games that I've seen a few of their games this season, and they can just fly through the air so easily. I'm honestly a little bit jealous. It's so fun to watch. So I can't wait to see what they can do on these three maps, because all three of these maps are really good for soldier jumps. So many ramps you can slide off of, and like just possibilities for massive jumps through the sky. So
yeah, and like new logjam as well. I think there are some new like massive jumps that you can do on the new logjam, which we are playing. Which I'm also excited. I haven't seen like logjam and Badlands. I mean, Badlands mainly. Prolands haven't seen it in playoffs. I think from what I've watched for a while. So look, I'm just excited to see these maps in general in a playoffs game. And yeah, new logjam. God, the jumps on this map. It's gonna be so sick.
yeah, you can get through choke so easy. I really like the new like kind of offshoot to the choke instead of the wide flank that they previously had. It's ended up leading for a lot of opportunities where a soldier can just slip through that choke and then get into a position where they're safe to jump. So it's just one more annoying angle for scouts to have to check. And I mean, yeah, but the thing is, Air and Zeech, they're jumping into Omni. And he had a game last night. He dropped 56 kills across 2 maps, 28 apiece.
Jesus.
And I think from memory he broke 300 DPM on one of the maps. It was product, but still, it was a 30-minute product game. He broke 300 with 28 kills. So I mean, hey, he's he's doing work last night. If he can carry that momentum in, it's going to be a huge factor for Saharan Spies.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If they can shut down those soldiers, well, that'll make it so much easier for them, right? So, yeah, I don't know. If they shut down the soldiers, will they be able to convert, or will the other players on the team step up? It's gonna be very interesting to see, and hopefully Omni and of course the other scouters on their game.
I've actually just realized something. I don't know if this is actually happening, but the roster we were given was Bonk on Scout and Bread on Demo, which is a little swap off of what they normally play. Last season, Bonk was on Demo and Bread's on Scout, and those are their kind of main classes. But in the server right now, I'm actually seeing them both on their mains. Bread on Scout and Bonk on Demo.
That's a good point.
So if that's real, if they aren't pulling my leg here in the pregame, this might tip slightly more even in the Scout and Demo department. Not that Bonk is bad on Scout and Bread is bad on Demo, but they're both obviously better on the classes that they've played more. I mean, Bonk winning Intermediate last season on Demo, probably being the best Demo in the div from what I saw.
But so, also, I mean, they've been playing different classes this whole season, right? So I don't know if that'll play into anything, if they're going to be quote-unquote rusty on their class. I know that they're pretty sick on the classes that they play anyway, on their mains, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll play differently into how they play if they're not used to it as like a whole team, and on Bonk playing Demo and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. It might change how they all play, and they might not be used to it, but I don't know. We'll have to see if they actually stick with this as well, if they're not, messing around with us.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope with players that have this experience that they can just kind of swap around. As long as they, are mechanically comfortable with the class, they can, play whatever and do well. But as you said, yeah, playing the entire season swapped. I think I saw one game where they tried this and they kind of got beat. Like, I think it was pretty bad. But that was against one of the other top 2 teams from memory. I think that was against... I want to say it was against maybe Brain Cells that they did it. I
don't know, would that be playing in the back of their minds that, hey, we kind of got rolled when we played this comp, and now we're playing in a game that kind of means a lot, that if we get knocked out, I don't know. Maybe they have the mental fortitude to say, hey, no, this is worth a try, but again, in such an important game, I don't know, they're not pulling our leg, it's a bit of a weird choice for me.
Yeah, and actually from what I am seeing, they've been scrimming with it. So I'm pulling up some games, and it looks like they have been scrimming with Bread on Scout and Bonk on Demo. And I actually, while looking, I did find a log against Brain Cells from 2 nights ago, and I'm seeing some logs where they're beating Brain Cells.
Wow. Okay, that's very strong.
Hey, if you're beating the team that's currently in the grand finals with this lineup or playing them very closely, hey, in an elimination game, maybe it is the time to pull it out if you've finally, gone back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take risks, high risk, high reward. So, but also, do you think, I don't know, maybe Saharan Spies as well didn't see this coming. I don't know if they've been, sniping logs or whatnot and all that, but maybe they don't know this is coming either. But I don't know if that really changed their playstyle or not.
I don't think it would. I don't think the players on Saharan Spies are going to be too phased by the change. You know, like especially when it comes to like MG and Sean. These guys have played with and against the best in the country several seasons in a row. So I think they don't care who they play against. They're gonna keep a cool head, lead their team, hopefully to a victory tonight. As it looks like there's still some faffing about with the servers. We found a server that works, but I have a feeling it may not be quite to the liking of the players for some reason. I'm not seeing any pinging going on, but
yeah, I don't see any like major ping differences. No, like 70 pings or anything. Max is around about 53, so. So from headquarters, we got a message. It's just STV slot issue.
Fun. Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna figure. They're gonna figure that out, and we're just gonna kind of be sitting here trying to figure out talking points as our classic server issues in TF2. Yeah. How lovely.
It's the good stuff. I mean, damn. Oh, changing map. Maybe this might be the fix. Who knows?
Anything could be the fix with how temperamental these servers can be sometimes. So we're praying that we can actually get to watch some TF2 now, instead of us just flying around the map. Because it's going to be some good TF2, I think. Very close teams. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, and I'm keen, because normally Saharan Spies, from what I saw of them throughout the season, they are a much slower paced team than the other top 4 teams. Like, I mean, Cheesewheel and Brain Cells, very aggressive, very individualistic playstyles, high DM, going in for those high risk, high reward plays and winning them. White Noise, just constantly taking team fights and pushing forward. And then you've kind of got Saharan Spies. They just made it into playoffs. They very nearly got caught in a tiebreaker. I think they were 1 map ahead of the team that came 5th. And they had a very methodical play style, which is kind of the way you end up playing with your meta being a main caller. Especially when your med is quite a passive player. MG being quite a passive medic, sitting back in the chokes, not taking a lot of risks. And I think that could be something that Cheesewheel may look to take advantage of. Because, I mean, I know from experience, main calling, it can be really painful. It can be really bad if your team doesn't have the information. So, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Cheesewheel kind of just come out guns blazing, try to take a quick 5-0 in this first map, and then just play a slow, grinding game on Badlands. Because, what are you going to do on Badlands? Win mid and push last? Nah, I don't think so. You're just going to run into 3 off classes and drop. And then sit in lobby for 30 minutes.
You also got to think about, though, the stamina of both teams. Will the fast play style just not be able to constantly work? Will they run out of, quote-unquote stamina throughout, maybe if they get to a 3rd map or even in the 2nd map? Or, will Saharan Spies slowly wear them down sort of thing with their slow play style? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see that.
Quick message to our producer. Yes, we are. So
should be getting started pretty soon. Everyone's in the server. Everyone's ping looks fine. No.
Hopefully all of the casters are in the server.
Yeah, I don't see anything in terms of chat. No chat going on between the teams, so I think it should be okay. I don't know.
Just waiting. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they might. Oh. Yeah, no, there's chat going on now. We're just waiting to see what's going on, really, pretty much.
Look, I mean, let's look forward, right? So let's think up a story in our heads. So whoever wins this, right? They have to play White Noise next week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think either of these teams can go and play against White Noise and beat them to go into the grand final?
I definitely think so. I'm just trying to think, what playstyle would better suit, versus the White Noise, always taking team fights, that sort of stuff. I feel like, I don't know, would media aggression, would that be better? Would playing it slow and methodical be better? And, in terms of like scouts and soldiers having, scout heavy roster or soldier heavy roster, it's a lot to think about. And I think definitely both these teams have the chance to, come up against White Noise and give them a good, run for their money. But just depends which play style kind of fits versus White Noise better.
And it also, partially in a way, depends on the White Noise that shows up on the night. I mean, the past few times that we've seen White Noise, they have kind of crumbled, especially against Brain Cells. That team seems to be their kryptonite, but I know last week, in week 7, Cheesewheel actually played White Noise and ended up trading maps with them with this same roster now. So I'm not sure how much that's going to play into it. I believe White Noise at the time, it was their first official with a slight roster change, having to swap some players around. So I think, it'll be tough. It'll be a really good game for whichever team goes through. I think, like, I don't have actually a preference, as it does look like we are finally getting underway.
Team Fortress 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually going to be able to watch it, as now we're coming into the first middle of the Season 28 High lower page playoffs. As both demos rolling out, will both of them get here at a similar time? Both similar time here and both similar health as they come across the mid. No early stickies getting off early damage as the rest of the team comes in. As now it looks like Blue's taking more of a left side aggression here. As the soldier comes in, he's on top, but he's going to get counter jumped by the other soldier, but there's a good denial from the scout there. And Blue has really good positioning on this mid, but soldier comes in, he gets denied as well, and now the scouts are just cleaning up, and the soldier's bombing in deep. That's going to be the first mid for Blue.
Yeah, very dominant mid there. Bomb going down to a scout going across the point very early, which just led into a bit of a roll from Saharan Spies. And they're not slowing down. They're on this point. he's climbed up, and it looks like they're going to sit outside of second here. Hipster is putting up some stickies, and they might try and take some slow lobby aggression, but Bread's on the sniper, and he has been seen. So I want to see if he's going to try for something super aggressive, or if he'll now go back into spawn.
First off class of the night, let's see if it ends with something amazing here, as Weapon Fire did get out there, so he does have full Uber. It's going to be evens. He is getting a good sideline. The medic playing with his life. MG, he's really playing it risky. Oh my goodness, you can feel the drop coming.
He doesn't even shoot.
As they do lose one scout here, so they will back out of lobby, but man, MG was... wow. Playing with his life there. Close. As Hipster will find a trade frag onto a soldier. As now Bread gonna be looking for another angle, but it's gonna be a lot harder now. As actually no, Blue's come back into lobby, and MG is gonna be looking to hide here from the sniper silence.
Yeah, Air did go forward. I did hear a headshot ring out. I don't know whose headshot that was, because we do have Mort up on the sniper this time. So scouts taking turns at sniping. I wonder if we're going to see any trades come in, if they're going to be looking for each other, if maybe they're looking on other sides of the map. And so right now they are looking at the same doorway. Only a bit of concrete separating them, and they'll both miss the shot. Round 2 coming in. Ooh, there we go.
Mort finding a pick, and he's actually going really aggressive. He wants to find a nice shot here. His team trying to help him get an angle as those stickies under his feet. They will lose a soldier there. So now they're going to have to back up.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was. There's so many stickies just thrown into that choke point. So good job from the red demo, Bonk. Able to deny a good amount of space and actually kill someone with that. So denying Mort of any spaces, everyone knows that Mort is got such good aim.
But we have Bread. Bread is out of spawn on the spy. And he's looking for something, but Saharan Spies, they're so far back. He's just got to sit in lobby. If he was not running the cloak and dagger, he would have been found, because he just wouldn't have had enough cloak to get in.
100%, but it looks like Blue's actually coming back into right lobby now.
No,
so
he's been duped. He's come into yard and hasn't found anyone yet, but it will mean he can uncloak. Oh no, Sean looked right at him! Sean looked right at him, and Mitch! Oh no! Mitch, he gets put on 20 though! Oh my god, the spy just dies in time.
That was way too close for comfort there, as Bread almost finding a vital pick to help them get out of this last, but alas, they're still stuck in this last, and Bread, what's he going to try now? Is he just going to come up on his class, or is he going to come up on another? Of course, it's back to sniper it is. Oh, hang on a minute. Back to spy.
I think he's checking their sniper.
Yeah, I guess so. So, depends. I want to see what he does here. He's going to go back onto the sniper here, so Gonna be another Mort versus Bread here.
Yeah, both of them getting busted. They're both again playing the same side. Brett taking a very aggressive peek. They'll know he's there, so this will give Mort an opportunity to go to the other side of the map, it seems. Because he knows that door is open. Only, there's not even anyone watching it. He's got really far out alone with Hipster putting traps all over that. Nothing they can do to pressure it on the side of cheesewheel. He'll back out.
This map is very hard to find a good sniper sightline without either the enemy making a mistake or, you know, your team giving you a really good amount of positioning, but the chokes are so tight that Demo can just spam or a soldier can just spam, and you don't get an angle as they're going to meet each other here, and Bread is going to lose to Mort again, and Mort is getting really aggressive, trying to find a good angle here, and he's really wide swinging here, but he's not going to be able to find anything as the soldier comes in, but he's actually quite low, he's going to go down.
Oh man, Hipster
this might open up. Might open up an opportunity.
No, he got it!
He got the drop,
my god, that angle
goes down.
That's insane! That's a ridiculous angle! They're just going to sit on the point!
And Mort gonna be able to win the first round there for Saharan Spies.
That's
wow,
disgusting.
What a shot, what an angle, dude. That's insane.
Oh my god. That's gross. I didn't know that existed, and now I'm glad I do, because I feel like I'm going to be playing against that every time on Logjam now. But we do have second mid underway. Demos, they're trading again, but Hipster, he's quite unhealthy here.
Yeah, and it looks like Blue's actually going to be taking a while to get some positioning here. Soldier comes in for the high bomb. So does the red enemy soldier. He's going to come in. He's going to get melted straight away. Sean going down. The medic stuck in their choke though. It's actually good cleanup from Hipster, getting 2 frags there. As now it looks like they're actually going to win this mid.
Yeah, another one in their favor. And I mean, this is just very clean play on the mids. Able to get a lot of early picks is Saharan Spies, but Hipster, he's gone a bit far forward here. Caught on top of the spy with a lot of damage getting done onto his team in choke. MG very low, and actually Hipster, he'll die to the aggression from Bomb. Demo v Demo in the choke. Hipster will fall and his team will back up to Cat mid, but they might just look at bringing this in. Cheesewheel, they're coming aggressive and they need to get into this fairly quickly. Scout onto Bonk will get forced back, but Omni will actually get the Uber and trade on point, but Omni's fallen down. They don't have anyone in this Uber on the point. Omni will have to walk back around, try and kill some Ubered players. That's not going to work too well for him, as he will deal with Bread under the point, as the soldiers from Saharan Spies will take the high ground again, and there will be no further deaths.
Yeah, wow, that was a bit of a messy fight there. There's players all over the place, but Blue able to retake their position quicker and able to retake the mid here, as it's going to look like we're going to go into a stalemate.
Yeah, both teams building up Uber, practically even, single-digit % in it, and no cheeky off-classes. So yeah, this is just going to be a good old classic Logjam stalemate on mid. Who wants to jump choke first? The answer is no one. Jumping a choke is boring. Let's just sit on second and mid respectively.
We did say before that Red Soldiers Cheesewheel had better jumps in our opinion, so I would like to see them jump just for the fact that it's Logjam, but we will see what happens here is, yep, just classic spam between both teams, as Blue actually kind of getting pretty aggressive in choke here. Hipster needs to be careful not to get caught out. As Sean going in, nothing. So now, waiting for the counter attack from Red, as looks like Logs is pretty clear for the moment.
Who's doing it? I think it's Zeej. Zeej just threw the choke. Massive jump, but Omni's right on him. Oh, he gets drops him! Surfs the scattergun shots around and lands on MG. Oh.
And just as we were talking about Red's jumps being better, well there you go. There's wow, that's incredible that MG just gets synced and dropped there, as now Red wants to come in and crush these players, but they come in, they actually get 2 frags. Bonk goes down, so does the soldier. Wishcash going to be able to kill KL, but it's, I don't know if it's that much of an effort here, as Blue not very healthy on players, but they are going to be able to hold it here.
Yeah, I feel like they made a call, right? They had to either back out there or just double scout this straight into them, and they decided to back up. They're going to wait for their players, and I imagine take this Uber advantage in. Bonk and Air both rolling out fairly quickly, and even with them only being on second now, the push does come through the choke. They have their players coming through behind them now. The Demo Man on Bonk, as Wishcash is taking this quite aggressively. Weapon Fire getting a very nice surf in, as he does get forced, but that's all they get. They get mid and a Sean. And that's going to put them at about a, 70% Uber disadvantage. We may just see the same thing come out from Saharan Spies here.
Yeah, that's really good from Sean to, as they were leaving, get him to jump in. and do the classic Roma, try and force, and he got it really well there, really well-timed jump, so now they're going to be leapfrogging here. They have a huge advantage, and they want to be taking this into the mid here.
Although they just kind of sitting there. They're just sitting on the bridge here, maybe not realizing how... No, there's no way they don't. Okay, they're finally pushing forward. Weapon fire closing it to only 40% advantage, as some spam will come out, put Hipster quite low, and some spam onto MG. Air will fall back, and there's no other bomb coming in. They're caught in a rough spot here. Everyone in choke apart from Siege, but he'll fall back to choke as well. And we just equalize Ubers with mid leapfrogging.
Yeah, that was that. I mean, Red almost got Uber there, but he gets forced. MG gets forced here in choke, and it's actually going to be an Uber trade. I think it's slightly better for Red here as they want to enter choke here, but it's only the demo and Medicus. Now the rest of the team comes in. Sean will go down. Hipster will also go down as KL will find a trade, but Bread able to trade that one out quickly. He's now Blue is going to have to leave with 2 scouts and a medic.
Yeah, and actually that's going to be. I think they're going to be relatively happy with this. They won't get the forward spawns to defend second, so they'll have to give that up. But they're going to net themselves about a what? This will be 30, 40. Oh god, this might be 50% ad if they build it, but they are not. Soldier coming. It'll be 40% ad in favor of Saharan Spies, but they've managed to hold second. They picked their head out a lobby far enough to realize that cheesewheel cannot push in and do not want to. So, hey look, more Uber advantage for the team holding second. Are we going to see mid get taken again?
Let's hope they play it quicker this time, because last time they played it actually quite slow, so let's hope they get into the mid really fast. They have built it, so everyone now going to get their respective buffs, and here we go. They come into choke a lot faster this time, so they're going to have to dodge all this spam coming in from the demos, and the soldiers, as Bonk is going to find KL with a trap, and that's going to really hinder their push. Oh, that's a force. MG milked it for a bit there, but now he's forced, and they're losing players here as well. They've lost so many, and their medic is caught in. This is almost a certain death for MG, unless he finds an exit, which he does not, and wow, that's a really good cleanup from Red.
Yeah, Weapon Fight getting it just in time, and the scout demo Uber. It's very hard to lose when you've got the better Uber and you've got a scout running in with the demo bombing over above. And yeah, you've got Sean coming up on the engineer. It's going to be 30% advantage, so it's enough to push. And I think cheesewheel, they're building this quite hard with the scout on the point. They want to push this. I really like that call. 18 minutes left on the map, and it's only 1-0. You push this round quickly and take them by surprise, and you're even with half of the time left, so...
And yeah, if you get that cap, you give yourself a lot of time to get another round, so... There is the triple off-class cheese coming in from Saharan Spies, so that is going to be a bit annoying to push into. They might have to scout this out a bit, but this aggressive playstyle that we were talking about, will it help and pay off here as they actually will go in on the right side, but the Pyro's just going to right-click, and there goes all of the Uber. They do find 2 frags though, and the sentry does go down, so they might look to re-enter here, as now the soldier jumping in onto point. He is going to die, and Brett and AY are going to go down, and well, there you go. It looked like they could have re-entered there, but they just lost too many players. It's now Blue looking like they want to come out of lobby. They do have Uber charge, as Hipster will be leading the way. As Red not giving much aggression or fight back as Blue gets second for free.
I don't know why Siege didn't bomb that. Like, I mean, they know that Uber call's real, and it was just a mended demo. I would be bombing that every single time to just get the easiest force of my life. Like, what can a demo do, really? Unless he's expecting you to get double air piped, which, I mean, hey, look, it ain't a bad shout. As the Uber does come in onto Omni, it'll use half of the Uber, actually a little more, to get the kill on the bomb. So you do have some players from cheesewheel getting caught behind air at the enemy team's choke. He has... Wait, has he been spotted? They know he's there. Okay, yeah, he'll get found and die. But again, we have Uber advantage for the team holding second.
They do have a sniper though, so that is going to be a bit annoying for them. Oh, he swapped off. Okay, so that does play into their favor, but there's no one on second here, and I guess Saharan Spies is going to be able to take it, and Red doesn't look like they're going to fight this now, as they have Uber ad. They do kind of want to fight this, but they're just sitting in lobby. They're indecisive on what they want to do, and the Uber ad's just going to slowly fade away if they don't make a choice right now.
I think they... What are they doing? What are you doing, Cheesewheel? You're sitting on last, letting them build up. Okay, they're just going to opt for the last defense. Weapon Fire standing in the sight line that got them dropped last round. Oh, so long ago it was. But they should know that they don't have a sniper at this point.
I'm really surprised they didn't go off of that. They had a pretty big Uber advantage. It is a hard last to push out of, but yeah, you see it now. 30-second Uber advantage lost for Reds, so Blue now gonna make their way into lobby and see if they can find anything.
Ooh, Bread. Bread's up on sniper. He'll walk into lobby the moment Saharan Spies decide to take. So they'll know he's up on the sniper. And I'm thinking, maybe we see a sat coming in. From Saharan Spies, that is, just to get a counter off class up.
Yeah, I would expect to see more. Yep, there we go. So now we will probably see a sniper here. Sniper v sniper again as Bread looking for something, but he is not going to find anything. Peek at the main shutter, but MG is in a really good spot here. It's going to be very hard to find as a soldier actually bombing in. He's going to go really far behind right now, and he's going to take the pack on mid. But Bread will die, and this is really bad for the soldier behind. He's only 50 HP. And he is probably going to get cleaned up here.
Oh, but I love this because Mort have to stay in spawn on scout for so long, just in case. Because if Sean dies there, Mort cannot come out on sniper. He needs to come out on scout and clean up that kill, and that just delays the off class. But they ended up doing it enough anyway. It'll be even players with actually 2 picks. Demo soldier, I don't even think there'll be a sniper v sniper. Bread's off, he's on scout. And meanwhile, Saharan Spies, they're caught with 3 players and a sniper. Trying to hold second here. This med, weapon fire, he's out up top. They're going to trade Ubers on Sean, though. Last I checked, this is the year 2020 and not 2013. Soldier trades don't really go too well, as that is going to be a fight loss for Saharan Spies, a player apiece for each team, as second will go in favor of cheesewheel.
Yep, they traded, and then the other soldiers from Cheese were just like, alright, I'll just jump the players that are not Ubered, and we're able to find picks, and, you know, Saharan Spies had to back up here, so we're gonna go into a stalemate. It's about, 10% out, not really pushable for Saharan Spies here. Stalemate on mid.
Hooray!
Oh, you love to see it.
You really do. As, actually, Ubers have evened out. The cheesewheel are building this a lot better than Saharan Spies. I'm not quite sure how that happened, because from what I'm seeing, both meds are healing scouts that are hitting themselves. So,
Well, we'll see if Red will have a good sack here. If Blue will go first. It really favoured Red last time, as the jumps, as we said, the soldiers have what seems to be better jumps here, which favours them a lot here, but there's going to be a fight in the flank here in log room, as the scouts are really weak here. As one goes really deep in, trying to find a force, but gets nothing. As it looks like Cheesewheel kind of wants to force their way in for something here. But it doesn't look like they're going to get a trade, as Bread will go there to Sean. And looks like they're just going to trade players and reset.
I don't like the fact that Bread went in there. When you have a scout down, it should be the, just immediate, get a soldier in position, give him 300 and bomb, because you've only got to worry about one scout. And that's what led to a bit of a success streak that Cheesewheel had with that drop onto MG. One of the scouts was out of position. Zeej, I believe it was, just jumped in, made his way around the one scout and landed on top of MG. I don't think he'd drop again, but it's a fairly easy force if you know where the scout is, and they could have scouted that very easily. So, I mean, I'm a little disappointed by the lack of the soldier sack, as we do have a soldier coming in now. Sean actually gets onto Bonk, who does a lot of damage to him. And Air, well actually, that's a second pick. Oh no!
Yeah, Hipster getting caught out again. Too aggressive in chokers. They're in the middle of the mid here. They look like they kind of want to trade here, but also want to back out. They haven't really made up their mind, as it looks like they will lose another player, and they just have to back out here, as the soldier might get caught as well. He's 107 KL. Very weak, but he just gets out there. And yeah, they just lost too many players here, as Red wants to just run it through here. Bonk leading the charge. As now, but Blue have a really favourable position here, as they will use here, and they will find Hipster. MG will drop Hipster, and now this trade is not very favourable for them. It looks like Cheese will want to come in post-fight and win this second point, as they just bomb in deep. MG is nowhere to be seen, but Mort will get double bombed, and he has no chance of living. But the upside is MG did run for his life and got out. Downside, they lost second.
Yeah, and I mean, Cheesewheel, they aren't stopped. They're already in loss. They're behind them in the last point. Heavy getting a lot of damage done onto him, but he's getting healed up. Arrows coming in non-stop from MG. The Heavy, he's so low, and it's a 2v2 right now. Bread coming in the post-fight, but with the Heavy peppering him with the Tommy Slap, he'll get that kill. The Heavy, that's an effective HP of 600 with the amount of arrows that were hit. Weapon fire, he dies.
Well, there's that aggression that we're talking about from Cheese. Well, they just wanted to go there, but Omni coming in clutch, coming on Brutus and just farming all the players with the bunch of heals that he got, which is almost impossible to kill. The amount of times Heavies can get arrowed and you just don't kill them on last, it's annoying. So I feel bad for cheesewheel there. That is really frustrating. But yeah, that was really aggressive from them, and it almost worked out, but it was not to be, as they will lose second as well. Bread on the snipe again, as they are on about 20% disset, as Blue actually want to enter here. And one of the soldiers will be found, but he'll actually win the fight versus KL, but it is not to be. Another soldier onto the point. He has not been spotted. Now he's been spotted, and he'll get completely denied there by the scouts of Saharan Spies.
And actually, Bread died in choke. He just stayed a bit too long, got, I think, double piped, and he's dead now. So that's going to be the point given up entirely for... Yeah, like they're not even contested. Bonk is watching a trap, and you've got a scout building in lobby, but they want nothing to do with this second line. But they're uber building. It's insane. They were at a 30% disadvantage before. They're a few percent ahead now.
Yeah, that's incredible. That really helps them not lose rounds here off small adds, as they are just building better. 13% advantage lost from Blue.
They got the uber second.
Yeah, that's incredible. Oh, but they
is.
actually came in. On the right side, it is going to be an Uber exchange. It's definitely better for Red here, as they're going to have to exit. MG is caught. This has to be a death from MG, but he's going to get out through main. MG's a god, as he's going to get out somehow from that Uber exchange. And they're actually going to re-enter, as it's favorable. And they're killing everyone. They're on the point now, ×4 on the point. And it's just Scout and Demo. And wow, what a great last fight from Blue.
Bonk getting caught out, the worst situation he can as a demo. He had three enemy players on the point, and he had nothing, not a single sticky or pipe. They all got used in that Uber. That's going to be a second round with 10 minutes remaining on the side of, 2-0 in favor of Saharan Spies here. Both demos actually getting some early damage off onto each other, and both getting their arrows now going to re-aggress. But you've got KL and Sean, very aggressive bomb damage onto weapon fire. They will not find it just yet. The collapse coming in. We've got 2, 3... oh wow, that's just a total collapse. Everyone died.
Everyone died really quickly. So Scassastreet left in, but he will be spotted. So that's everyone dead now. Wow, that happened really quickly, and the kill feed went as fast as, anything. But wow, really good stuff from Blue again, winning their third mid.
Yeah, and they kept their mid alive, which I think is the first mid where we actually have an advantage. So, that's
KL
huge.
taking fight here, as, so that's errors. Looks like Red actually is going to force their way onto second here, but they're at a major dis-ad. They really want to either force this out or just say, hey, we're on second. We have the better positioning, but here we go, Hipster.
Oh,
he is going to get used on. He's going to go so deep, and they're actually going to find 2 frags here. This is really good for Blue. 4 frags for Blue. And it happens so quickly. Again, it's a complete collapse. And with 8 minutes left, a full wipe. Last completely open. This is not what you want as cheesewheel.
No, they are in a not great position. 2 soldiers and a demo man in front of the spawns. And goodbye. That's a round. Wow.
This is turning out really well for Saharan Spies. They're winning out in these post fights, and they're able to get these frags, and their mids are really helping them convert these rounds, as that mid was just crushing.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing: when your team kind of main strength is your soldiers, and the other team's main strength is your scouts, it kind of leans in one way, especially on these mids. There's only so much your soldiers can do when they've got 2 Boston boys pumping them full of lead. The double bomb coming in again from Sean and KL, but they found nothing. They kind of hugged each other, jumping up onto the height. Aya does get in, puts a good amount of damage onto Hipster and the rest of the blue team. But his team, oh my god, there's so much damage done onto Saharan Spies here. If they can get healed up, which they tried to do, the rest of their players will fall. Hipster will stay in and get a pick onto Bread, but MG and Ino will leave. And even Uber's here, but they'll have to give up second, I imagine.
Yeah, they really wanted to get MG there, and they still want to. They really want to find it, but MG's just so good at living. As now it will be evens, and Blue don't have to do a thing. They can just stalemate on this last and just have cheese classes like the NG coming up from Sean, and it's all on Red to get something done here. And with the time not on their side, they're going to have to do it really soon.
Yeah, if they win this round, then they'll have, say it takes them a minute to play and win the round, then, they'll only have 2.5 minutes a round. And the pace that this game has been going, the only speed that's been coming has been from Saharan Spies, mainly in the first round and then that last round that they won. So, I mean, they don't have time to sit here and wait for sets. You've got Wishcash. Maybe he's just taking a solo over and the gun will go down. And they need to kill this heavy. They need to so bad. He gets so low on the point. He will get the tail end of the Uber though. That's going to be 3 down. Air in front of the spawn, caught in a bad position. They will have to turn heads for him. Maybe? They know he's here, surely. No. Okay, Mort will find him, as well as the medic. He'll trade. But that's fine. They'll take that. They didn't lose the last. That's all that matters right now, is 5 minutes 45 left on the clock. And Saharan Spies are in a very commanding position.
And the bread on Sniper right now, he's looking for a miracle play right now. That's really what they need. He needs to find a really good pick, and that's a lot of pressure on Bread to really find something here, as having a Sniper is really not favourable in team fights, so he's going to have to find something. Here he comes. He's coming in for the wide angle swing. Jumps over some stickies, tries to hit the demo, doesn't find anything, and he will die. That's just pure desperation there.
Yeah, it is. They're nearly running out of time. Like, it's almost to the point where it's going to be impossible. 5 minutes left, 3-0. Bonk will die trying to make something happen. Neither team's having Uber just yet. KL will die for the kill onto Air. But, again, that's 2 players, including a demo. Brett actually went back and, well, he's come up on Sniper. Both teams having Uber, but they're caught in a bad spot here. They'll take the Uber trade on the point. Much better Uber on the side of Saharan Spies here. They're going to fade about 2 seconds afterwards as Wishcash, he's staying in post, making some space for his team to be able to enter. Brett will die on the flank. Mort has to leave, though, from negate any player advantage. As, oh, they're going to keep mid. Look at running this through. Mort dies. This is maybe an opening.
Maybe an opening. It really needs to be, as there's only 4 minutes left, but still players die on the side of cheesewheel, which really doesn't help their case, as now there will be a good trade frag there. So this is a possibility for them just to run in here, probably dry fight this. There is a heavy engineer though up on the side of Saharan Spies. They know it's coming, as Bonk trying to peek from the left side here, trying to see what's going on, see what off-class the Saharan Spies have, and looks like they're just going to build this out and not take the dry fight, as the sentry will go down, but they want to take an Uber trade here. But Saharan Spies have a big advantage here. They're not going to play off it, they're just going to keep it, and it is going to be an Uber trade loss.
They nearly don't have time. I get why they did it. I think they knew they had the slight disadvantage. They need to play it somewhat safe. But you need to be going now, guys. You can't be waiting around 3.5 minutes. Look at, oh god, it's going to be the Wishcash solo again. Coming in, he'll get used on very early, as Mitch's Uber will be a solo onto the Pyro. And nothing gets done.
Oh no, and Wishcash will actually die from the Pyro just juggling him, and oh, that's gotta hurt for the side of cheesewheel. They've got to be pretty demoralized right now. So sentry will go down, as it looks like they do want to come in here. They're really aggressing. They've got to do something, but Bonk is gonna find death, as he does get caught out once again. And Air will also go down. Other soldiers come in. Yep, they're all just dying here, feeding one by one. This looks like it could be over.
Yeah, I think this is what you officially call dead time. Yeah, it's pretty much done. I think, are they bringing the heavy? Yeah, they've brought, wait, no, they're keeping the heavy on last. I would have liked it almost if they brought the heavy out on the second, just to really slow the game down, but no. They're gonna look at bringing this forward, holding second, all normal classes. That's, yeah. We're gonna see cheesewheel try and push the choke here.
And, well, we'll just say, yeah, that's cool, you can push, but we've got Uber, so good luck, as Red now just jumping all over the point, just trying to live, and as expected, invincible players versus non-invincible players, the invincible players will win. So there you go, an absolute crushing there. As Bread will find some redemption, something for the logs, as he will find Sean. As a soldier coming in also, trying to find MG. He's actually in a good spot, but he has nothing loaded, as Bread will go down, and he will find his fate there, as... Yep, Blue feeling pretty confident. They've definitely won this. It's pretty much impossible. As looks like Red are just going to keep on fighting now. They don't really have a choice. They have to just keep on fighting.
Pad the
for
stacks.
The logs. Yeah, it's all for the logs.
But wow, that was
he got destroyed.
Yeah, but this game, it was just kind of Saharan Spies the entire way. There was the few minutes of success that cheesewheel had after the drop onto MG, but outside of that, I feel like Saharan Spies were in the driving seat this entire time, and looking at the scoreboard outside of the medics, Omni very far ahead of everyone else, and I don't think too many of his points are cap points. But but
Yeah.
I wanna see the logs with the stream. I don't want to spoil it for myself, so I'm gonna hold out. But he's got
He's
3
on a
noms.
he's on 7 kill streak right now as well. Like,
Yeah.
I know it is a bit of dead time, but still, he's nothing to frown at. He's a really good scout, so it makes you wonder even more why they let him merc. But it's fine, as this was another thing to note. This was Cheesewheel's map pick, and to lose 3-0 on it, that's gotta hurt a bit. As also being pickaxe has gotta hurt a bit.
As Xander said, Minecraft has been played.
And now they're all just hitting each other with melee, and this game is officially over with 30 seconds left, and that will be for the first map of the lower page playoffs. We will have Saharan Spies taking the first map on Cheesewheel's pick.
Yeah, that's a... That it was just way too convincing. I wouldn't, like, if it was a, 3-2, 2-1, even a 3-1 with the way that these rounds played, wouldn't have been as bad of a loss. Is it gonna be 4-0? Yeah, it will be.
No.
It'll be 4-0. I mean, they don't care about that round. They were half of their team was in spawn AFK. They're probably talking about the next map, honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, that was just it was not a good way to lose your map pick. There's no good way to lose your map pick, but not getting a single round and having the other team be in the driving seat the entire time is definitely not a way to have it happen.
And going to the next map, which isn't your pick, that's gonna really favour Saharan Spies. Obviously, being 1-0 up is already a big enough advantage, but mentally as well, that's gonna be a huge advantage. As now we should take a look at these logs.
For Omni, 27-7.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm not that good of a TF2 player, but I think I can tell you that's a pretty nuts KD there.
Yeah, 71% AC, 27-7. Pretty much all of his. Okay. He did a 5 kills on heavy in a minute.
Yeah.
I think that was all one last hold. But still, 21 kills on Scout is still, the 21 kills he had on Scout is still above everyone but Hipster. And speaking of Hipster, 23 kills on demo is a lot.
That's huge.
It's a lot. His damage actually, he didn't top damage. Bonk top damage with 293 DPM. But 23 kills is a lot.
He had some really clutch mids. At late mids, he would get some good pipes that would turn the tides. There was especially one where I remember he just got 2 pipes and the whole mid turned around in their favour. So some really good stuff there from Hitster.
Yeah, so taking a look, it really is just Omni and Hipster here. No one on Saharan Spies was necessarily doing poorly. Some players just kind of play in their role, right? Morton, Sean, both having a fairly, kind of low damage, low frag game because they're the flank players, and it was a fairly stalematey game for the most part. And yeah, just, it was just, there's nothing really to say when it's just that clean a victory. It was just, they were losing the DM fights, they were losing the mids, they only won that last mid. And then they botched the last push off of it anyway. So I need to see Cheesewheel play more of the style that they played throughout the season, really. This high-tempo, individualistic play style that brought them to be a top 3 team.
We did see him try that. We did see him try that early on in the game, but they kind of got shut down a bit. And I wonder if that's destroyed them mentally, and the fact that we don't want to do that because that didn't work sort of thing. So I don't know if that's going to affect the next map. But them being shut down a tiny bit on some of their really aggressive pushes, that might affect them. As also another thing I want to point out in the logs, MG 4 deaths and Weapon Fire 9 deaths. Yeah. MG was really good at living.
Yeah, MG's a med that just kind of when a team fight goes bad, he doesn't care about his play. He's gonna pack his bags, he's gonna leave with a scout, and he'll be fine. And I think that was really one of the big things. The amount of times where Cheesewheel had a favorable push in every way except the fact that it was even Ubers. And that saved them, Saharan Spies, so many times.
Oh,
just the fact that MG had that, even though he wasn't building it super quickly. Both teams ended up having the same average time to build, but there were situations where MG's building was considerably slower than what Weapon Fire was doing. And it was in situations where If, for example, he had died in a previous fight, it would have been a massive problem. But because of how much he was living, it didn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, it's huge. Really good stuff from MG there. Like, he's so good at like reading how the fight's gonna go, and there'll be so many times where you just see the team still fighting, you see him with his back turned running away, even without a scout sometimes, just so he can live. It was huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, I mean, we're going into Badlands. As you've said, is Saharan Spies pick. Of all of the maps that they could have picked, they picked this one. And here's the thing. Badlands, for the most part, it is a very different map than Logjam. Very close, maybe with the exception of Second. And it's a very demo-dominant map. Your scouts, they can have a good time, they can have a rough time. It depends on how your team plays it. But the last, when compared to Logjam, you can play it the same way that Saharan Spies played their lasts on Logjam, which is just, we're going to play 3 off classes, walk into last and try it. And Cheesewheel could not come up with an answer for it on Logjam. I dare to say they will not be able to come up with an answer on Badlands. It's the much harder last to push between the two.
Oh, 100%. Trying to push last on this map into a pirate, just right clicks. And your whole Uber is gone that you spent a whole, 50 seconds building. God, it hurts, man. Really hurts. So, I wonder how they'll play into, their aggressive playstyle on the side of Cheesewheel. Will it really stop them? Will it really, I'm not sure. Will it stop them in their tracks? Will they have to try something different? How will they try something different? Will they even get to that situation where they have to hold the last? They have to win mids, and did they win a mid last map? I don't know if they did.
They won the last mid.
Last mid, right, gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, winning 1 out of the 4 mids, yeah, that's, let's hope that these mids are played better for them, because, of course, as everyone knows, winning the mid puts you in a really good spot to try and win the whole round.
Especially on a map like Badlands, where on Badlands, it's very similar to Granary in that mid is essentially a write-off. Your med is, if the other team wants your med to die, your med is dying. Unless you don't show up on the mid. You can get double bombed on the slope very easily. And with the way that your scouts should be rolling out and where your med wants to be playing to heal his players, it can just be, it's, very difficult, especially at this level, and against soldiers who can jump. Siege and Air, they can jump very well. So I think we are going to be seeing just more aggressive jumps on the mid to try and turn the tide, flip those kills on the medic in their favor, have weapon fire living more than MG. I think that's going to be one of the main things that they need to be doing on this map, is just making sure weapon fire stays alive. Because Sean and KL, I think they're, from what we saw on that last map and from what we've seen for most of the season, they are the weaker soldiers of the 4 in the game. I'd say it's probably Siege, Air, then Sean and KL, in that order. But I just think in terms of the jumping especially, there's such a difference between the soldiers on Cheesewheel and the soldiers on Saharan Spies. So if they can manage to put that in their favor on the mids with very quick bombs onto the medic, and then just roll it forward with the heals and keeping their medic alive, they can try and just chaos this round after round after round. Don't give them a chance to set up on last well and just, just win. They need to do it at this point. They can't play to not lose. They need to play the win. So I want to see them doing something aggressive on this first mid. Really make them jump.
I wonder if Cheesewheel's been scrimming this map and expected Saharan Spies to pick it, because I'd have to say Prolands isn't too common of a map these days that you see. I know, at least in divisions I played, the people definitely hated the map, so I don't know. I don't know if Cheesewheel has been, ready for this, or if Saharan Spies has something that we don't know about, that they they're just really comfortable on the map.
I can say fairly confidently that I don't think they've touched Prolands much. Right. They scrimmed it a little bit for their last official, and they did lose Prolands in their last official, and their scrims leading up to it were not brilliant. They tied with what's the team name? Brain Cells. They tied with them in a scrim and then lost to White Noise 1-0 in an official. It was a 28-minute long round in their official.
Well, I guess we'll find out right now as everyone is rolling out to the middle. Who will be taking this map? The second map of the Season 28 High lower page playoffs has come into the mid. Both soldiers jumping really quickly on the side of Red, but they kind of get denied here as they get bonked in the head. But all the kills go towards Red. Wow, it's a complete wipe there. That was a huge bomb from the side of Red.
Yeah, I'm really glad. They did it. They did what they needed to do. They played aggressive. They're already taking Spire control. Bonk's even looking to get into lobby. No one's alive on Saharan Spies. He'll get the pack, get some aggressive traps up, maybe? No, he'll back.
Well, the advantage for Saharan Spies here is that Weapon Fire did die, so that does help him a lot. As we'll actually see a spy coming up on the side of Saharan Spies, funnily enough, so...
Is he out of spawn? No, he was checking.
No, I think, yeah, okay, he's just checking. Oh, it looks like it's gonna go on MP. That's way more boring, man. Where's the content?
Give me drops. Give me action. It's what I want in my Team Fortress 2 gameplay. But no, instead, I get the Texas building man. He's not even on engineer anymore.
What? So he built a level 1 and then... Okay.
I think they decided they just wanted to build instead, because they knew it was even, I guess.
I guess so. So, I guess no Texas building man and more Boston man hitting himself. So, just as exciting.
Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Now we have the pirate. Oh, wait. No. Scout again.
A sniper?
Okay. Yeah, we have a sniper, sniper on Mort. So, I'm thinking... They haven't seen it yet. Bread... I think his back was turned when he crossed. But they can... Okay, yeah, they know it's there. Bread's going in. He will die to the trap. But that's a long spawn. Mort is in a very good spot. But Air, he's poking his head in that bottom right door, and we'll back up the moment Sean goes to peek. But we have soldiers fighting in the middle. Zeej will die. KL will get out with his life. His team making so much space for him there, and they will have to back on the side of cheesewheel. They need to be on this bridge with weapon fire, and they are. As we have the push coming in from Saharan Spies. KL's gotten onto Bonk and will get a kill onto him. KL will lose his life, but they've been put into a very awkward position here. Air needing an arrow to drop. Wait. No way. Mitch just got dropped.
Oh my goodness.
He's insane.
Bread just went crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they do salvage it a bit with a force, but okay. Bread just kind of went crazy and got 2 kills without... That just happened out of nowhere, so really good stuff from Bread. Does suck that they do kind of get forced here, but they want to take this into loss straight away, and they might be able to. Saharan Spies, they only just get into position now. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to capitalize. The soldier's just going to jump onto last straight away.
Oh, wait, he's all the way in.
And he also got an arrow. He's living for so long there. Zeej gets so much cap time here. As Red, I think they want to come in. Wishcash finding 2 frags.
Oh my god, they're
finding another frag. This might be it. This might be the first round for cheesewheel. Yep, Bonk turns around saying to the medic, let's walk in as he finds a nice frag there. And it's only a medic and a soldier left, and he will find Bonk, and he will find maybe the medic as well. Bread will find a shot onto MG though, as that will give him, well, no ad actually, because weapon fire also went down, but that looks like that was all Red's point to be had, and it just didn't happen.
I love the way that they push that, because there are so many times where I see on battle as a team, they get stuck with the sniper, but a position where they can push left, and they just don't know how to do it. And just sit in lobby with the sniper, pray that he gets the picks, and then it's even, and then it's, you know, you're sleeping. But they forced the play. They made Saharan Spies fall to the floor into the sniper site, and that's what made that such a close fight. If they didn't force the players of Saharan Spies onto the ground, onto the point, it would have been terrible for them. As we do have Saharan Spies, they did try to make something happen in-house, but Air will do so much damage and get the kill onto Sean, as Bread tried for a hero shot.
Man, they really need to keep check on Bread. He has been just nuts this game so far on Sniper, so MG will be quite fearful of him, as now looks like we're setting into a middle stalemate now, which on Sniper it is a bit hard to find a good sightline. Demo can really just spam stickies, and you really gotta wait for someone to peek the choke, as Bread is doing right now, just sitting at the back train, quite safe, as the soldier actually will come in for a bomb. Won't bomb him, will bomb the medic instead, and he will go down. Nothing there from him, and it looks like there may be a counter-sack on the side of Red. They do have a sniper, but counter-sack could definitely come in.
Air's coming in on the flank. He will land on Sean. So close to getting the kill, but Sean will go back to resup, and Air, he's got a back. But actually, Zeej has come in to resup now. They're just taking turns bombing the spawn door. Scout will get put very low in choke. Air or Zeej, no one's dying. Everyone's just getting low and falling back into house. Arrows coming their way. As yeah, more stalemating. Sniper up. Can't take advantage of any. I mean, can't take advantage of anything really, unless you drop the med and then just use into them. But they're making some room for him around the choke. Brett is very far out here. And he's still alive. He'll get a shot to end up killing Hipster. As he'll get out alive. Hello? They get a second.
And Bonk finding a nice shot to KL here, and I'm not sure what's going on, and he'll find another headshot, and they'll absolutely destroy the scout there. Wishcash will be able to chip shot him and kill him, and a trade trying to come out here. He's trying to force, but he's not even going to get the force. As this is massive here for cheesewheel. Weapon fire with 100% Uber advantage. MG does live, but he doesn't have an Uber to combat this Uber from Red.
That was just ridiculous. Fred just walked through, got the full charge headshot, and which led to Omni just dying immediately. They didn't have the full Uber advantage. Headshot ringing out onto KL so early. But they still only have one scout in this push. Brett has to play the lower angle, and he is getting pushed. This is going to be very awkward. They've got it coming through. The Pyro has not been dealt with yet. He'll get bombed. Bonk actually gets left unflashed and dies to the trap. And it's reflected. Weapon fire dies to traps from a Hipster in main. This is a shit show for them.
Oh no, it all falls apart at the point that it really counts that they need to do it well as Bread. I imagine he feels quite frustrated right now. As Z's trying to do something, not going to be able to get anything in. Bread is left on his lonesome in choke. Trying to find another hero shot, but it is not to be this time.
It was looking so good, and then it was looking so bad. Now the Uber advantage is in favor of Saharan Spies. They're coming onto the mid, and Weapon Fire nearly dies at the house. That would have been a disaster. Air will go forward to take the rest of the team, but
MG's
okay.
Dead.
That's just more traps. Where even was he? Was that house? He
yeah.
went house. Was he going for a pack or something? He did
not
not need to be there. That's
interesting, as Omni will also go down there as now Red takes back the mid. Man, the medics in dropping this game. I can't name a better duo at the moment, as some really clutch traps and shots coming out. Wow, it's been a really back and forth game.
Yeah, definitely more back and forth than Logjam so far. Cheesewheel have actually been in it. Weapon Fire finally finding his way through the choke. Another large Uber advantage in favor of us. Can they make the push happen, Lucky?
I really hope so. Every other time where it's counted, they just somehow let it slip to their fingers, as now they want to enter here. They've got to be thinking, okay, we don't have a sniper this time, we do have another scout, as Blue's actually aggressive holding this lobby, as Bonk will go down, and that's really not what they want for this push. And that's really what Saharan Spies want, but they want to keep going here, and it's going to be really tough. As the Pyro is up again on the top right side, ready to right-click them to their doom.
Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it. Double scout over. I love this. The Pyro melts so easily, and they're just going to walk into this heavy. Med has to go into spawn. Demo will fall. Heavy will die as well. You've just got Sean and KL up. Mitch actually drops as he gets it immediately, and they will play the point. And that is how you do a last push. Don't look at the fact that they did a demo down. Don't normally do that, but hey, they did it. They pushed the Chaos double scout Uber. Definitely the right call there. And they've gotten their first round of the series.
I think that extra scouts and the sniper helped them a lot there, so they're able just to melt that Pyro instantly. It's the second mid ringing out here onto the mid fire. It looks like Blue's really playing towards the enemy shithouses. They are going to double bomb deep into here, but really onto nothing, as the med did a good job. Weapon Fire is dead. Bread is dead. And now, it's just a collapse. Their whole team is dying as one frag will come onto Mort. But that's all that will be found, and, well, now they're in a really bad spot. Full Uber disadvantage as, well, Zeej, he's not even able to live. He's going to get caught by Hipster.
The wipe.
Wow.
Yeah. The health on Saharan Spy, it was so close to being... It was so close to being a cheesewheel mid. They were so low. Like, I think there was 3 players all on less than 100 health in that final few seconds. And yeah, it was just... The DM fights went the way of Saharan Spies, and I mean, again, I'm not going to spoil the scoreboard for myself, but I'm pressing tab and I'm seeing Omni at the top of the DM classes on his own team, so I mean, you know, and he still ain't capping. We've got the, I have a KL Uber coming in. KL led the Uber and actually pushed the Pyro away. So I guess it worked somewhat in their favor. The Pyro gets completely denied along with the gun. But you've got cheesewheel playing their own left side height here, and they're going to be able to crush this point. Bonk put very low behind the point. Weapon Fire will die. We have the scouts. They'll die. Okay. Hey, look, it worked.
look, for the whole time that I've been playing, which isn't very long, Soldier Ubers haven't been a thing, but hey, I guess we can turn back the clock and we can go back to Soldier Ubers.
Against the Pyro?
Yeah.
I think they just got lucky with that positioning there, honestly. It was, yeah, very much in their favor, that Pyro getting blasted. And are they trying to... Yeah, they're trying to shithouse push again. Both soldiers getting ready for the bomb, but you've got Weapon Fire playing very far on the enemy team's shithouse. But he's just going to die to spam rockets.
He's so weak and he can't move up because of it. Bread will find a pick onto KL and Weapon Fire is still stuck there, but Blue's not able to get past his DM classes of Red and they will clean them up pretty well as Weapon Fire gonna be able to have their health from Regen, and wow, he actually played that pretty well. The DM class is able to hold their own and protect Weapon Fire from being spam rocketed or just killed by a straggler. On the side of Saharan Spies is now they just want to keep pushing.
What are they doing? Neither scout has a med? What?
And MG, well, he did live, but both scouts just went in and died on Spire, and this might actually favor Red here as they really want to keep pushing here. The scouts won't spawn in time. I don't know if they'll get their off classes up in time if Red keep going, but I don't know if they're going to be fast enough as no off classes actually coming up. It is evens. So, or even players, even Ubers, I think that means it's a stalemate.
Or maybe double scout push? Maybe?
Just a suggestion.
You know? Don't play a 20-minute round. Oh, actually, we've got both soldiers taking heals and going bottom right, looking to get this kill onto Shaman. They'll get him in the spawn door, spamming that damage off of the roof as it is a very low roof to spawn. Love that play there as they will try and retaliate with a sniper. Mind, they won't. The Uber will come out. They get a second kill on the door? They got a second kill in the spawn. They're trading Ubers here. Weapon Fire will leave lower. That's insane. They're 2 down here. Bread's just toying with them around the point. Hipst is forced to go to the low ground as well as the rest of his team. And that's going to be a second round.
I'd love to see that sort of team play between both the soldiers, just absolutely demolishing the soldiers that were playing. And looking at the bottom left door, watching the flank, they just melt. There's no chance of them as the third mid is going to be coming out here. Great team play from the side of cheesewheel, as we hope to see some great team play on the mid here for them. Last mid ended up their way, as now the shithouse play again coming out from the side of Saharan Spies as both soldiers going in deep, but they're not going to find anything. Weapon Fire has superior positioning, as it is going to be one player down for the side of Blue, and they're going to lose another, and this is not good health either. They're going to have to probably exit here as they do find a frag, but they don't have positioning or health here, and MG, well, he lives, but they don't win the mid.
Yeah, and we've seen a repeat of last round. MG getting out through Valley again with a scout, and don't be a repeat of last round. Omni, if you jump off of these bats, people are going to be angry at you. Stay with the mid and let him get Uber this time. He'll actually get bombed. Omni will run off of the bats again. He'll get... No, he didn't end up getting a pick, and he'll die to the rocket. I don't mind that too much, because at least MG did get Uber and was not completely left alone, but... You know, you've got the longest spawn. I think we might see off classes here. Yeah, leave it the sniper on Bread.
I think that mid, I think Weapon Fire's just adjusted to it. They've done the shithouse mid like 3 times in a row now, and Weapon Fire's just in a spot where he's not in danger from it, so... Again, it's not going to work, and it's really going to have cheesewheel on the front foot here, as they have to just push into last here. It is evens, but they have had good last pushes so far. Even at evens, as well, there's a shot from Bread killing KL, and that's going to put them in a favourable position as Bread. He's going to look for more. He's feeling himself right now, as there is going to be an Uber put out from both teams. It is going to be a trade, and I think it is favouring the side of Saharan Spies, as it looks like it just will be a reset here.
Yeah, although thankfully the only player that that cheesewheel has down is the sniper. But with Saharan Spies getting this one now and more going to sniper, here's the thing, they can try and push this out, and it wouldn't be a bad call necessarily if they did, but they're pushing Badlands lobby, and it's so tough. You can't walk into lobby. Every door is a choke apart from main, and if you're pushing main, you're pushing low ground, and you still die anyway. So they'll sit in despite the player advantage. Bread's come up again on sniper. Doesn't look like there's any retaliation yet, but I'm sure once he rings his first shot off, they will try something, as Brad's done the full loop-to-loop and has gone main.
Let's hope that first shot that he rings off isn't a med drop or something for Saharan Spies here, but Bread full charged in lower. He's going to be looking for a pick here, as he's slowly peeking out. Oh, I think he hit someone there, but he won't be able to get the frag. As now Sean actually going to go down again at that door. And this is very favourable again for cheesewheel, as they are going to be able to get some room for him, but Air also going to be able to find, sorry, that's Mort, as they are going to be coming in top left with their Uber, and they are going to try and force MG here, but he milks so well. That's a really good milk from MG, and that is going to help save them. There is 3 on point, 2 on point actually, Scout and
and
Soldier.
everyone gets put onto the low ground. They're all played right into Bread's sightline here. Bread, he can just shoot anyone he wants on point, and oh god, Bread, you need to hit something here, man. You need to hit something. He won't hit anything, and he will surely die here to make some... I'm shot on to Mort. Will get the kill. Okay, that saved Weapon Fire's life.
That's gotta make Mort a little bit angry. To just get headshot there and an SMG down to death. That's now... So, cheesewheel is going to be trying to recontest this Spire, but I don't think they're going to be able to do much. Bonk falls to the floor. As now the cavalry has arrived though, so he is going to be safe, and they really want to re-challenge the Spire here. Soldiers jumping, add 5 action here, as Sean almost gets deep enough to kill Weapon Fire. Weapon Fire on 43 HP, as you see pistol shots from the Saharan Spies scouts trying to chip him down to death, but it won't be. Weapon Fire will live, but only just.
Yeah, again, we have even Ubers, cheesewheel in the lobby. And no off classes just yet. Mort's keeping an eye out for the sniper just in case. But Bread, he hasn't had any flashes of inspiration yet. Maybe he'll go and feed and one will come to him and it'll say, play sniper.
Oh, well, here comes the sniper. On the side of Mort again. As he's now trying to find a good angle here. It is very hard to find a good angle from this angle.
So Sean might need to seek medical attention. There is a snake in his boot.
That's not what you want to hear for Saharan Spies. That's a soldier.
Rough
Snake
times in Western Australia.
As Mort, actually he's going to be switching off. He's going to be checking, I think, though. I don't think it's going to be anything too fun. As Sean, he's going to die.
Again at the door. He's got blasted.
The snake in his boot not helping him there, as he is just going to get melted once again. Surely needs to adjust to that play, as now it is going to be another Uber trade, but Deja Vu will just end how it has most of the rounds with Red. Going to be able to end it up in their favour, but no, it looks like they are going to lose too.
Omni though walks in, kills Bonk and Weapon Fire, so they're going to end up with Uber advantage here. You've got Zeech playing in a pretty sneaky position here. Sean will find him and just get fragged immediately, but Mort's on last. If there was one more rocket loaded for Zeech, Mort was actually low enough to get one shot. It was not impossible for him to win that round, but he went for the Minecraft play instead.
Well, I do like some content plays, so respect to him. They are in the lead, so it's not like he threw around there. They are going to be resetting on disadvantage here. There's Bread again on the sniper. He's going to be looking to find a shot onto MG here, as they don't exactly have Uber yet here. As Bread going to be finding a shot, but it's not going to be the one that he wants. As now MG's actually going to be taking a fuck ton of damage. As he's actually kind of alone as well. He doesn't have a beam target now. He's just arrowing people from a distance. As the demo is going to need it, as he's now loaded up with arrows. And this Uber ad, well, it is dwindling, but they can still use it here.
Yeah, 40% in their favor, and as you said, that is going down by the second. But they will push through house and actually get 4. Was that a Air playing in the house, getting a very nice play onto MG there? As they'll get nothing. They barely get lobby control. KO will get forced down. Actually, Bread's going to be right next to him. Bread will die. KO getting put very low. He'll fall back to the heels. But with Uber advantage, I think cheesewheel are going to be happy to just wait for this to wait for their player to spawn and then push this out.
Yep. And there is 10 minutes, so they definitely have time to try and do a push here. Please don't stalemate for 10 minutes, that's pretty much what I'm saying. As now...
you could.
They could, it's definitely an option, but it's not what we'd like to see around these parts, as Bread is on sniper, which tells me I don't think they're pushing out here.
Or they are really trying to push out here. Oh no, Bread's gone back. Okay, they are actually trying to do it. I don't know why. It's, you know, even Uber, they just lost a 36-second ad. Is that right? Do they really have 36 seconds to add there and didn't push? What?
Yeah.
Huh?
And they lose 2 for it. I'm not sure what's going on the side of cheesewheel. A bit of miscommunication, it seems. As the Prudus will also miss his jump. Red is now stuck on the low ground. This is really, really bad, as the Uber will come out first on the side of cheesewheel. Slightly better Uber for Saharan Spies. They will lose Hipster. And now it is actually looking like a bad positional fight, as the soldier of KL is very weak. And they are actually getting spammed out, and this is actually going to turn the tides and will be on the side of cheesewheel.
Yeah, but the ground Pudus is too strong. It's a 4-man down, and Bonk's aggressive at choke. No one is getting into Spire now. So yeah, they're actually gonna deny 2 spawns here as well. Cheesewheel want to go aggressive. This is the time to do it. I wouldn't mind it, especially with one of the players down being a scout. Bomb your soldiers in, take that ground, and they're gonna do it. Air clears the choke. Doesn't see any stickies, and Air and Siege, they're both taking ground forward. Now, Spam going forward along with Bonk, and they're going to lock them out of choke and deal so much damage to them. And that is, that's mid for free. Although no team's losing anything. And actually, Hipster, he's coming in with a huge bomb. Weapon Fire is only on 90%. He'll find his way into the house and is healing Wishcash, but Wishcash will die. Weapon Fire on 96%. He is coming into mid. What are you doing? Leave. Okay. They get the Uber. They will have to leave through Grey Bridge, but they'll get out, and they will retain this Uber despite losing 4 of their teammates.
Well, that is pretty good there. That gives Saharan Spies a bit of a chance to build some Uber up. They won't get... I don't think they'll get in time, but I don't know. They're getting up a heavy on last? Maybe just to watch it, I hope? Oh no, please don't let this be it. They're gonna stall this out or something. This is a big ad again, they're just not going to push off it.
I get it somewhat in this situation, because it's not as big of an ad. MG can definitely kite them, and pushing onto Spire, it is really difficult, especially when you don't already have lobby control, and you don't know where their traps are. If they had an idea on where their traps are, they could make a smart decision on where to push, but they have no idea. So, they'd be risking dropping, they'd be risking losing players, and then getting rolled into last, so... Considering they're in the lead, and if they lose this map, they're out, I don't mind that call too much. It's obviously not very exciting, but, I mean, you know, these guys don't necessarily want an exciting name game. They want a fat W. And, I mean, hey, they've, you know, on this map at least so far, they're in the running for it.
Everyone does love a good dub skiers. Now Blue, they're just looking around, seeing what's going on, see if there's any openings that they can abuse, but... Doesn't look like really Cheesewheel's giving them much. As actually a scout getting so much cap time. That is almost a fully capped point on last, and they're all forced to the low ground here, but Blue does lose 2 players. Are they gonna re-push into here with like a cap that is almost fully blue?
That was way too close. That was almost a round. They're starting to cap up second. They'll lose Bonk. Hipster comes into last with his medic, while Siege is capping Spire. Guys, I don't think you're winning an Uber fight against a heavy. In fact, MG is gonna get forced.
Omni will find Siege though, but on last, there's not much going on either, as they actually will have player advantage here. They actually could re-push this if they wanted to.
The only thing is they don't have the Uber. They've got the heavy on the point. The scout's going up. He will get destroyed. And the thing is, Weapon Fire still is Uber. They need this cap to go honestly all the way down. Air will nearly get a pick onto Sean and the lobby. One small splash rocket away from that kill. And Saharan Spies are expecting the push here. But will Cheesewheel give it to them? There's enough time where they can't just wait out the clock. And I mean, they still have this heavy on last, but they're pushing their combo. They're leaving the heavy alone on last. No one's in a position to back cap at this point. And they have a sniper. Weapon Fire is out trash, as Sean's out Valley. But I think they've seen the sniper at this point. Weapon Fire is playing safe, waiting for that spam to come through, and he'll cross while the sniper's unscoped. Now, guys, you don't have Uber out anymore. You lost it just now. Hold second at least, and don't let Mort do this. Mort actually doesn't see anyone. He's going so far out, and he's actually the first person he's seen as Weapon Fire. Oh my god. And actually, no, sorry, not Mort. That's on me. The name's such a mess on the 2 scouts of Saharan Spies that I actually just couldn't tell. But they're going to look at pushing this in without the sniper damage been done onto Sean. And Hipster getting very aggressive. They could have pushed that. There was some good damage that they could have gone off of, plus the 1-hit scan class down. But, oh wait, no, never mind. I see why they haven't pushed it, because Bread's on the sniper.
Yep. He's saying, I can snipe better than you. Just watch as he comes out now. Trying to find a shot as air will actually go down. Which is really not what you want when you have a sniper up. And they're just going to push, and Weapon Fire is going to drop to KL. KL with clutch rockets coming in. And this could really turn in their favour as Bonk will find Omni. And Wishcash will go down as well as Bonk. So that to trade for one soldier. Oh, I'll take that any day, but he gets forced. MG gets forced. And that is absolutely clutch from Siege. Oh, that couldn't have been any better.
Siege, it was so close to being better. Siege had a rocket that whiffed onto MG before he used. If he had hit that rocket, even if he just slightly splashed, it would have been a drop. I feel so bad for Siege there. He nearly got another one.
Well, he still made probably a really game-saving play there for them, as it is now 4 minutes on pretty much even Uber's slight add to the side of cheesewheel, but they're not going to push. They don't need to. They've got the clock on their side. As now Blue have all the pressure on their side to make this work and to make this happen, and their last pushes as of recent, well, they haven't been too good.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing: when Bread finishes building, get them on heavy, slow this game down, and yet there he is. They finish building, get the Ubers, and they are even. And Bread is on the heavy weapons class, sitting inside the dispenser. And look at this level 3 gun spot. Look at this gun spot. It's under the spawn door, just watching the back of the point. I really like this play, because you've got the heavy who... Okay, well, they don't have the heavy anymore. They're checking for the off classes. And actually, they come up on... Oh, no, okay, he's back on the heavy. They will actually use on KL, and he nearly gets dropped in this Uber. More trying to play the point. No, let's deal with him. Okay. They don't let this round go that easily. The Ubers are fading. Only one player down so far. Air going back into spawn to get his health back up, with KL dying on the retreat as well. And look, I have a feeling we're going to be seeing more of this until someone wins, or we go to Golden Cap, which is a possibility. And oh boy, Badlands Golden Cap.
Oh yeah, that will be slow.
Man, definitely haven't played a 15-minute 1-0 game that went to Golden Cap at 0-0. That hasn't happened to me before at all.
Oh man. That, maybe that's why people don't like Pro Lines, maybe, I don't know, just a hunch, as
Never know.
They're trying to walk into lobby here. They just want to make something happen here as Red say, yep, it's not worth giving him anything. Let's just sit on last and pretty much make him push into a 450 HP Fat Man. As that is very not favourable, as both teams still don't have Uber yet. But it will be evens. And they also have a Texas Building Man now as well. So this is going to be very hard to push into if they just want to do a trade.
Yeah, the gun is actually up top, just being built now. It looks like they're trying to get into a position to spam it. They found the... Have they found an angle? They did a little bit of damage on it, but Wishcash, he will reposition. Yeah, he'll reposition to a... It is a spammable angle if the door is shut. But instead the Uber will just come in on Hipster. And... Weapon, what are you doing? Weapon just dropped. Weapon just dropped the Uber. It'll be fading now, but with a demo and a medic both down, Bread's going to get crushed onto the point. Players having to play from all over. 2v3 here in favor of Saharan Spies. And weapon fire. Like... Weapon fire. Just use. You don't milk it there, buddy. If they lose this map, again, I hate calling up this, but god, weapon fire just lost that round.
I can only imagine the comms right now. That's gotta suck for them, as now they had that, and now they don't necessarily have it. Now it's tied up with a minute in this round, and it isn't really going anyone's favor right now, this mid. A lot of people dying, as Weapon Fire is still alive, but he just goes down, and I have a feeling it's gonna go to Golden Cap.
It is still possible for a round to be won. Badlands is a map where you can cap it very quickly, and they are getting into a position to cap Spire. 35 seconds on the clock. Neither player yet on Spire. You've got the scout coming through to it now. Saharan Spies, they have no reason to not go for this. 20 seconds left. Players just coming through into second now. It'll be very, very close. So let's see if they can do a 15 seconds time dwindling. If they can win this round, they win the game here. 10 seconds left. Hipster's coming through, mate. No Ubers here. Both scouts rushing the point, but will die to the explosions. Gun in a very safe position. And we will be going to Golden Cap on the second map.
Oh, Weapon Fire, man. He's got to feel like absolute arse right now.
Yeah,
Him
that's...
dropping there, you know, you don't like, as you say, don't like putting the blame on a single player, but that was the reason that they just lost that point.
Yep.
And that's going to be mentally pretty tough as well. To come back from that into such an important Golden Cap now, this could mean that they're completely out for this season.
Yeah, and here's the, even if they win the Golden Cap, if they just get a really good mid and, roll it through. If they win the map, they still have to play Snakewater.
As I said, will the stamina, of both teams, will it really favour anyone here? It is going to be very mentally tough to stay focused. Well, the first map wasn't too intense, but this map is very intense at the moment. And playing such an intense game, and yeah, even if they win it, I would be exhausted after doing that. A 30-minute Badlands game, then a Golden Cap, which I assume is going to be equally slow, if not more. Yeah, that's going to be rough.
I think I need to get a pillow. It's getting late out here. and it's late even for, if it's a 2-map series. If it goes the distance, if it goes a third, this it's going to be very draining for these two teams. They're having a little bit of a chat here to try and, figure out their game plan. Teams do have a little bit of a reset period. I think it's somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes. I feel like it changes a bit depending on the league, but we do have Saharan Spies readying up. They're keen. They want to keep this momentum going forward. They'll be hyped after that last round. They just got given an in back. They've been given an in to this game that they did not have. They had no right winning that round. And then, Hipster just puts 2 stickies on the ground and you've gotten an equalizer.
I can only imagine how Hipster was feeling when he saw that +2 on his screen. Oh man, it must have been so good. So, yeah. As now, definitely the momentum has swung into their favour. They will be feeling hyped.
So we have the ready up now. I'm keen. The Golden Cap coming underway. Saharan Spies, if they win this, they take the series here. If cheesewheel manage to pull it through, they will manage to push it to Snakewater, their 3rd map pick. Bonk getting through the balcony area, and Hipster, he's actually staying and hasn't shown himself just yet. And they're going for the shithouse push again. Very quick play onto Bonk. He will trade with KL. Scouts pushing across, both soldiers and demo down on the side of Saharan Spies. Scout making the play on the weapon fire. He will not live. And Mort will die. But the thing is, MG, he is so far gone. He's in last already. So,
well, the thing is, he doesn't have a player with him. This is going to be ad.
This is going to be large ad.
So,
this is 30 ad.
I really was expecting to see a different mid from Saharan Spies, but they do the same one, and Weapon Fire's just like, I'm in a good position. You guys have done this to me like 4 times now. I'm ready for it. As now, I don't think this is going to be enough for that to push on. I think they really grinded pretty well, actually, on the side of Saharan Spies, so really good stuff, and I think cheesewheel will pick up on that, so I think we're going into a stalemate.
I'm loving it.
Oh, yes.
Man, what do we got? We got traps above the top right door. I think we have traps on main as well. The dispenser does go down. Actually, Mort dies in the spawn door. Did he die? Yeah, he did die in the spawn door. Heavy down. So look, that's a push. That is a push. And the thing is, the gun can be spammed. Air finds the gun and will take it down. That's heavy and engineered. Red was up on sniper. Actually, the Ubers were traded at some point. Didn't catch that at all. Omni will come in and actually gets a kill onto Bonk and Wish Cash. And the rest of cheesewheel is just going to drop.
Yeah, that was another classic top right trade there. It's is this Weapon Fire? Is he caught out here? I think he might get away. He's going to shithouse. He's scared for his life, but he's going to get out with a scout. But yeah, the trade again. MG's just so good at just being able to milk those Ubers and get the most out of it on the exit side of the Uber trade. And that's really been helping them on these exchanges. He's not popping in straight away as soon as he sees shiny red players. He's just holding it, saying, hey guys, you know, I can hold this, they're not hitting me. And that really helps him get out of these last holds.
And Saharan Spies, they're positioning in house. They might want to look at pushing this through. Maybe they're doing it. They might push this Diag patio. They get the kill onto Ed, and they're just going to run this through Diag. Bread and Zeege will both spot it. But they are both being locked out here, not in position to make the play. This is the entirety of the team, bar Sean, going through Diag, and they're going to catch them out. Uber's looking to be traded in trash in lobby here, but you've just got the one player on the point.
Bonk gets dropped in that Uber exchange. That's huge for the side of Saharan Spies. They're going to keep rolling it. Bread is going to go down as well. They're down two players on this last hold already, but they do have the height advantage. They're going to have to hold for a significant amount of time for their spawners now. But here they come. They come running through the top. The soldier is now forced into the floor. Air is going to find a pick there, which is going to help him. And the spawners are coming up now. And there's another pick for the side of cheesewheel, but there is two trade frags. The heavy coming in, man, that was looking scary for cheesewheel for a second.
Cool. Okay, they have their chance. Z just gonna cap. Oh, Bonk. He tried to get the super fast one, but he's gonna go in and he sticks on this forward spawn. He won't be able to get a shot on the medic, and that's he nearly had a shot for 3. Sean does back up, and he gets 2 kills. Both scouts down. This should not be a fight that Saharan Spies take. Really key play by Bonk there, taking advantage of the delayed spawns and the fact that Demo Men can fly through this map so easily with all of the straight jumps. And they're going to look at pushing this through. They are looking at a Diag push themselves. Zeege all the way through will get 2 rockets, and Wishcash will clean up the kill onto Sean. They have very big Uber advantage. Surely this is not a push that they win. Clearing every doorway, pushing everyone in. They are taking lobby. 55% advantage for them. cheesewheel, you've got to take it here, guys. This is the push to push it to a 3rd map. Deal with the pyro, bring it in is what I say.
They're taking their time. It's 76% on MG, and this pyro is going to buy them this time, and they've been denied so hard here. There will be one pick, but air will go down, and I think this last push is not happening, as those off-classes coming in clutch there, and Bonk is getting caught out again. The point is being capped, but he will get spotted. 2 scouts coming in, trying to make a desperation play. They're actually committing to this, apart from weapon firers. Those last 2 players who are left alive have to back out with weapon fire now, and that pyro again.
Oh, Bread's waiting. He's alone on last. Oh no. Bread versus Sean. Either of these players could win it, and yet Bread's going to start and make the move now. He's seen Sean. Second shot, Bread will land. No shots. Sean will hit the ground rocket. But the thing is that cheesewheel, they've committed here to try and delay the spike in case Bread won. They'll lose 1 player for it. Zeege will fall back, but more importantly, Weapon Fire is out with 50% Uber of his own. They'll end up with a 30%
3 there, so this is a great chance for Saharan Spies to take mid. Maybe send one in for a force, get some space here, and looks like they do want to take some space through the choke here, coming into second. They want to find that medic and maybe even force him out here, and they will. They might even take Spire off this as they try to re-enter through trash. A soldier is there. Bonk will go down. And this is very favourable here, and it will be a force out of Weapon Fire, and Weapon Fire running forward. The Scout MG is kind of alone here, as the Demo will get caught out. Hipster dies there, and now also Scout goes down for Saharan Spies. And the positioning of their team is just all over the shop there. They were all over the point, lots of players alone, and it looks like cheesewheel is going to be able to capitalise off that take mid.
Yeah, and they'll stack it, deny the force. Everyone is back. Uber advantage for MG here. He will recuperate with his team coming up on the full Uber now on Greybridge. And they're going to look at leapfrogging this point. Weapon fire, you need to be passive here, mate. Don't be going forward with their sit on your own train like a good little medic. I have a feeling we're going to see a hipster bomb. He's in the choke, pressuring forward. He actually won't bomb right away. KL high in the sky will land, get a pack. Zeege won't sacrifice his life either. They're just going to play the spam game here. Air coming in, nice rocket onto MG. MG is not one to milk in these situations. He will use nice advantage coming in for weapon fires. He has long gone out on Greybridge, and I didn't see who scout it was, but they saw the information that they were back, and they might bait them into a slight misplay here. Weapon fire will get forward. Sean should die here for that. He will. And Bonk jumping forward. This should be everyone out on Saharan Spies. as again they net themselves about a 40% Uber advantage, but I wouldn't mind to see Cheesewheel rather push this in. The soldier will get the forward spot, and he'll actually go right behind Siege. Siege will leave. Oh
And
boy.
these soldiers are coming in clutch with these forces. It just seems to be going back and forth with the forces here, and that's what you want it to happen on Golden Cap. You want to have those clutch plays. There's now this big Uber rad on MG here. He is going to want to take this, and Saharan Spies will want to maybe convert something, maybe just at least get the middle point here. Getting themselves a bit of a favourable position as now they are walking through the valley side, trying to get up this slope, and a soldier is waiting in shithouse, and he hasn't been spotted yet, and he is going to go for it right now. He goes in deep, MG gets hit once, he surfs, he's so weak here, but he milks it, and he's so weak, he's on 30 HP. MG coming in with a clutch milk, not clicking his right click button there.
Yeah, definitely. Just counting the rockets, he knew he was to 2 on the jump, 2 to do the damage. He knows he has to reload and his team can clean it up in time, so Ubers will even out, no advantage for anyone yet, and man, we are waiting for a play to happen, but the thing is I don't think either one of these teams want to be waiting too long. Sean, he's a round choke, will land on Wish Cash, but he's right in front of Weapon Fire! Oh, Weapon Fire he has to use! Oh, I definitely, look, I mean, absolutely nothing wrong in using their soldier right in your face. While he may not hit the rocket every time, if there was a time for him to hit the rocket, it's Golden Cap in an elimination game. So they will have to hold this full Uber disadvantage. Siege hiding on top of the little overhead. As we're going to see Saharan Spies pushing this through.
And now he's clearing it. That is KL trying to clear all the spots. So I don't think he actually saw Siege. And this is huge. He's going to be coming in, and that will be a drop onto MG. Oh, that's huge. Again, from the soldiers of Cheesewheel. And everyone is dying. Some add 5 action from air, and oh man. That's just a cleanup.
That was really air. He midied Hipster as he was coming up, and then as he's falling off of spot, hits a direct onto the other soldier as they land on it. Full Uber advantage for Cheesewheel. They've taken mid. They're looking to push second here. Some sticks on the ground. They will det as Sean, he lands on Weapon Fire. Another very nice force. As yeah, again, it's going to be ad in favor of Saharan Spies now. About 50%, 45-ish. But Cheesewheel, they aren't going to stop here, and I don't see a reason to do so. They're holding second, building this Uber up. 75% in favor of Saharan Spies as they want to push this out. They don't want to sit on their own last. No off classes, just Sean playing on last alone. They're going to walk out trash. Sticks are on the door. They will get spotted and cleared. No sticky traps claiming a medic today. As they're going to come in, Bread goes straight through lob. Bread is going to look to take the 1v1 on last. He's brought someone back with him. MG, he's alone and on 17 health. You got the fight happening on last though. It's Mort versus 2. Bread and Siege going for the back cap, and they will take the second map with a very nice wrap play.
Wow.
We are going to a third.
That was very, very clutch for them just to see that opening and just go behind in that chaos that was happening on Spire. Man, that's crazy.
Yep, and that's a 10-minute golden cap. Let's take a look here, and I mean Bread. Bread did a lot. We do have combined logs here, so it shows the full 30 minutes of the game as well as the about 10 minutes of golden cap that we played. And I'm taking a look. Look, Bread 32 to 16, 2.0 KD. And MG dying a lot more this time. 11 deaths to his name. Weapon Fire with the 10. And one thing that really stands out to me, MG dropped 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just like, there was the one in the golden cap when they were on mid. And then there were some scattered throughout. I don't think his drops were in rounds that they ended up losing, I believe. But I'd have to double check that. Actually, where are they? Okay, okay. All three of MG's drops were in the first round.
That's crazy.
And then the one in the golden cap just then, and then both of Weapon Fire's drops ended up being in the round, the 16-minute slugfest that ended up equalizing it for Saharan Spies. So, I mean, the medic death's playing a huge role in this game throughout the entire game. Really, you know, like there wasn't a stage where medic drops were not an important factor. And I mean, let's take a look at a few other things. Omni, again, 27 kills to his name, 20 deaths, a bit lower on the damage here. But speaking of damage, Air and KL, topping the damage for each of the teams. Air, 283 DPM, KL, 279. And just the way that both of those soldiers played, the impact that their bombs had was just insane. It was the game changer for both of these teams.
It was literally just soldier bombs, force, soldier bomb, force, soldier bomb, force. It's golden cap and the whole game. It was crazy to watch. If there was some way to incorporate forces into levels of TF, there'll be a lot in there. So huge plays on the soldiers there. They came clutch when they needed to, and Siege, man, like that last play was huge. So
yeah, Siege made a lot of that space, and then the other scout to run back through bats and join to play the 2v1 against more. And it's really good. Like, the fact that they sent two players there is what won them that fight. The 1v1 may have been won by whoever they sent back, but the fact that it was a 2 against 1 practically sealed the deal. So, yeah, just really clean coordination there. And now we are on Snakewater, the third map. And this map, I feel, can go either way. The players that need to be going big on each of these teams have stepped up. You've got Air and KL. You've got Wishcash and Omni. You've got Bonk and Hipster. You've got all these players just clashing heads, playing out of their minds to an extent. Like, out of their minds for what you'd expect in this game, right? The average is... Playing average in a game like this, in a situation like this, is perfectly fine. But these guys, they're going above and beyond, making the plays that their team needs.
100%. You see everyone just doing their part. You saw Bread with the snipes. You saw Mort with the snipes. You've seen Omni with his absolute fragging ability. You've seen every soldier getting forces. You've seen the medics living in situations where ignore that weapon fire drop because, you know, they ended up winning the map anyway. So, you know, they've just been popping off, and it's just been insane to watch. And, man, I hope this map is just as exciting.
Yeah, definitely. We do have everyone on cheesewheel in the team and ready. And we have Saharan Spies, some of their players, again, just taking a little bit of a breather. As, again, they are just going to... they're going to do this. Now, one thing I will mention... just for anyone who's interested. Cheesewheel, the core group of these players, where the situation I'm talking about was it was a little bit of a different group of players, but it was still like the main kind of group that this team comprises of. They have a little bit of a history with Snakewater and playoffs in third place. Not in third place, but rather as the third map. There was a time, I think 2 seasons ago it was, and I was watching Cheesewheel. I was watching them play Snakewater. It was an elimination game. And they had the bright idea to bring an engineer from last into second and put a gun up. That engineer proceeded to die. The gun died. There was 3 minutes left on the clock and it was an even game, and then they lost and got eliminated.
Oh, man.
In spectacular fashion. It was looking like they were able to hold it. And then they just wiped on second because everyone was focusing on the engineer getting the sentry gun into lowers. Now, as I said, it was a rather different roster. I think the only 2 players that were the same are Bonk and Weapon Fire. Maybe Bread was there. I forget if he was or not. But you know, they have a history, and I just hope they don't repeat it.
Yeah, let's hope they've learned from that. That's something you don't want to happen. That's something that happens, and you just sit in comms in silence for the next 20 minutes, going, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah, except that instead it wasn't even in comms because the game just ended there. They just sat after the game. They came and did interviews, and then just sat there in silence. A few tears may have been shed, but man, This is gonna be the map. These mids are gonna be so hectic. I want to
Oh yeah,
see if either team is gonna make a concerted effort to be the aggressor on these mids.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
every fight has just been chaotic as it is.
Mm.
It's just team fights, mid fights, everything, and at the moment, both teams could equally come out on top of any fight. So, yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
I'm super keen. Like, I think. Here's the thing. Okay. We haven't done predictions all night. Actually, I just realized that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, this is. I mean, no, I'm going to be honest. I would be 0 for 2 on this one. I was honestly thinking. I thought we would get the snake. I thought the maps would be flipped. But let's do some predictions for snake. I'm feeling 4-3 in favor of Saharan Spies.
Okay. So you're thinking a lot of rapid fire rounds. I see.
I think so. I think these teams, because they played Badlands pretty fast. I
Yeah.
think both teams want to play this map fast. They'll play slow if they need to, but on Snakewater it's a bit easier to it's easier to push last when you have advantage, and it's just easier to break the chokes. So
Yeah.
I think 4-3 Saharan Spies.
I was also thinking Saharan Spies more of a 3-1. For me, I don't know. I just have that feeling, you know, that they're gonna take this out. They're gonna bring it together and take it out. As looks like one team is ready up here. Everyone's just DMing. I think they said Bread was AFK. So I think we're just waiting for Bread to come back.
Okay. Hopefully he doesn't take too much longer. Oh, he is back. He's running around.
So what are we waiting for? Well, I guess we'll find out soon. But these mids, they are pretty favourable to regression from when I've played them anyway. Double Soldier Bomb's really heavy on this map, having the high ground really powerful, so who's that favour? I'm not exactly sure. I'm hoping cheesewheel. I think cheesewheel they'll favour. But at the same time, you know, their aggressive styles on their other mids, let's say Logjam, you know, it didn't always end up with them winning. They would lose positioning late in the mid fight. So, we'll have to see. And I'm hoping that Blue, being Saharan Spies, doesn't just have the same strat for the mid every time like they did on Badlands. They had that shit out strat constantly, and it just did, you know, Cheesewheel being the good team they are, said, okay, we'll just adapt to it, and it didn't end up working. So, I'm hoping that they have a few things up their sleeves and a few more mix-ups.
Or just even different timings, because that shithouse strat that they did, it was the same timing every single time.
Yeah.
So like it's just, you know, like change it up, play late, see if you can play even fast. Don't do the fastest one the first time and then just do it again and again and again. Which is why I mentioned, like, I want to see if either team tries to be the aggressor on this map.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if one of these teams tries to be the aggressor early on to try and force something to happen, I think it could backfire. Snakewater, from what I've played it against players like this and kind of in that bottom half of Prem, like, oftentimes the aggressors can end up getting the short end of the stick and just crumbling because they take their height early and lose their buff, and then you've just got healthier soldiers taking the height from them. So that's really what I'm looking to see here. I think it could be it could be the wrong decision to make. As I'm seeing everyone running around on the server and they're just talking about food right now. So I'm not too sure what's going on. Maybe someone's heating up some chicken. I did see some discussion of some Nando's sitting in the fridge. So
I do see Weapon Fire not moving around as well. They ready up. Never mind. Weapon Fire just coming back to his computer, hitting the F4 key and ready up.
And
now MG just says, no, we're not ready.
Oh no. Don't bring us into the mind games, guys. Just start the game.
As Sean's saying, casters loving the 20-hour cast, I can guarantee. You're right, Sean. Wow, Sean, shout out to Michael and Quid. I'm not even here, man. I'm not even here. It's alright.
I don't know who Quid is. He doesn't exist. I'm sorry, Quid. But hey, this is we're still wait. Everyone's here, and oh no, okay.
Oh, now both teams are not ready. Alright, sweet.
No,
We're just going backwards, man.
we're gonna change the pro lands next.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, Sean, ready up. Please.
Come on, you can do it, guys.
Just hit the F4 key. Click that ready button. Someone give me the string, I'll hop in and do it for them, please. Oh, it's the classic Ruppel FF comes, and they just unready. This is a roller coaster of emotions right now. Oh, they readied up again. This is always more exciting than some of the Badlands stalemates. Come on, guys. F4. Click the ready button. You can do it, cheesewheel. You're literally just talking nonsense in the chat. It's not even like you have your team chat. Please.
Well, maybe they are. Maybe this is the cover-up.
Maybe.
I think it's all fun and games. They're putting together a 2000 IQ mid-strat to roll the game 5-0 in 10 minutes.
No, we say that, but then, you know, we're going to be into 20 seconds into mid, they're all going to be dead, so... it's going to be something like that.
Yeah, you know.
I'm going to think that they have this huge strat and they will just wipe on mid or something.
And this is a game.
How am I going to stay awake? Please don't stalemate. I'm literally going to fall asleep at the PC.
They're stalemating the ready up. Like, this is next level stalemating.
Oh, you guys don't even warm up either. You've played 2 maps already.
Oh, I think Bonk's AFK.
Oh my god, Bonk. And, dude, on these right, dude, we're mauling right now.
Oh, man.
I'm so upset. I said to my mates, yeah, no, man, I'll be on around about, you know, probably like 10:30, you know. Here we are at fucking 11.
Oh, and now Saharan Spies is unreadied as well because
and they put a
Hipster's
player
in
into. Oh my god! Someone else went to the toilet, man. As if you don't pee in your seat.
Yeah, like yeah.
This is playoffs, man.
Like, look, if I can do it for a cast, they can do it in the middle of the game. Like, it's just, it's common courtesy.
That's just a lack of commitment, if you ask me.
Yeah, man. Not having the adult nappies ready. Just strap in for 3 hours of Team Fortress 2. This is going to go to Golden Cap now.
It is. We're going to be up at 2 a.m. Let me just grab my inflatable mattress real quick. MG's just gotten to the point where he's just taunt killing.
Yeah,
all the AFKs.
Pad the stats on the good old strange Ubersaw. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, he does have the strange. Oh, dude, 1,968 kills.
Not bad for an Ubersaw.
Yeah. That's pretty sure it's a lot more than I've got. Yeah, it's a few more than I've got. Oh boy.
They're making our job really hard. Surely this is infractable.
Yeah, can we get the admins in here? I think this is this is cyberbullying.
This is torture. I've literally just been flying around the map trying not to hit walls. Yeah, and I've perfected that now. Oh, and I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Our producer's gotten so bored that he's speaking to us. This is okay, let's go back into story time then, I guess.
Oh, story time with Mark.
So, okay. We have a rough idea. We both think from the predictions that Saharan Spies win this.
Yep.
So let's project. Oh, okay. No,
ready, not ready, ready.
Wait,
not ready.
Okay, it's all cheesewheel. God damn it. I thought I heard three ready sounds and 2 readies in the chat, and I've been skamazed by the red team. Okay, anyway, back to story time. So, Saharan Spies, they go through next week. They play White Noise.
Mm-hmm.
My only concern with all of this, because Saharan Spies, as we both said, they can win this. They can. I'd say, honestly, on this map, they might be favored to win this. They probably don't have Omni next week.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll affect him in any way.
I honestly think it will have a very large effect on them, because it's...
Because they have Fez on Scout.
Fez is their normal Scout. Omni has been doing so much, but thank God...
We're actually seeing some TF2. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Players actually rolling out. As now we go into the first mid of Snakewater on our third map of the lower page playoffs. High Season 28 as demos coming into the mid. No big demo. Oh, actually a big stick onto the combo there from the demo of Red Bonk. Going to be doing there. Soldiers jumping at the exact same time from both teams, as it looks like the favors the Soldiers on blue. They're getting it. Oh, it's going to be an absolute collapse. And I may have jinxed it, but I said they're going to have a big strat and they're going to wipe on mid, and yeah, they wiped on mid.
Yeah, they tripped over the red string, broke their nose, and then Saharan Spies came and started kicking them while they were on the ground crying.
Oh,
it was
man.
quite
Caster's
tragic.
curse.
Yeah, and oh no, this gun is going to actually go down immediately. That half of Saharan Spies is in love. Guys, chill out. You're not rolling yet. They have the Uber, they have second, and they're going to look at pushing this in, maybe through the right side. Players are gathering. They may have an idea that there's no sticks, but they're going to play it safe. I think they're just getting ready to blast through the door. Hipster may put a stick on the...
No, I saw that one coming, the red dot on the door, going to be able to take down Omni, as now they're going to be coming into this last side. Heavy needs to die, but he's just getting arrowed over and over again, and it looks like, well, it's a sea of red in the kill feed.
That's not a situation to play the point in, guys. You need to be going through, killing that heavy, otherwise he's just going to get arrowed 6 times by the medic. And Mitch, MG, he's dying so late. Hey, actually, no way, he lives. Oh my, what a savior for his team. They still have massive uber disadvantage and will likely lose mid here. Wait, did Bonk kill himself?
He did.
Yeah. He put a sticky on the ground, det on himself, and Omni doing a little bit of giving him some, bit of BM in the chat. Nice shot, he says, as he dets on himself and dies. But that's not going to stop Cheesewheel. They've been spotted crossing into kitchen here. They're going to come forward. They're actually going to use right away. I'm not sure if that's a great decision or not. It will secure the mid. It's 50% uber disadvantage, but I just have a feeling we're going to see the same thing as what we saw on both previous maps of just leapfrogging mid until one med drops or dies.
Yeah, I mean, kind of hope that doesn't happen so we don't get this stalemate action, but as it looks like they do want to take Catwalk here, and there is traps waiting for them, and are they aware of it? I don't think they are. They do clear them just in time before MG decides to come out of the Catwalk. Soldier does go in deep. Massive surf from MG, but the Soldier is going to chase, and he does drop. Oh no. Zeej coming in clutch once again. It looked like MG had a great surf, but Zeej had none of it. And said there's no escaping, and he gets onto him and drops him.
Now, Faluba in favor of weapon. He's not dropping. He's coming in both scouts very early. Bonk will follow it up, and they will find Sean, maybe? Yeah.
Sean will find himself, as he will fall to his death. As we now are stalemating on second. Pretty much exactly even Ubers here, as they will actually have to play passive a bit due to their player disad and no demo, so they'll actually lose second here. And it'll be pretty easy for Cheesewheel to take it, so they're on their last now.
And, sounds like we have a bit of a radio broadcast going on. Because, you guys might not be seeing the game right now. TF2, Spaghetti code. And nobody touches the spaghetti anymore, because Valve doesn't update the game. I shed a single tear. So you're not really missing anything while the game is down. We have both teams getting Ubers, both teams sitting on opposite sides of lobby, nobody in lobby, as they're just kind of trading spam through this tiny little hole. KL will be the first man to touch lobby. He's walked in and he's walked out. Doing absolutely nothing.
We do have the Mort sniper though, so... Oh, as a soldier tries to come in and he won't find anything more. No scope here, but a scout's in as well. And he'll die. So this is a big chance for actually Saharan Spies to get in here. 2 players down on the side of cheesewheel as they will be walking through lobby right now, trying to avoid traps here. A soldier baiting the trap and it will get dead. Bomb will find 2 frags. And that will pretty much stop the push, and it will be stalemating on last once again. But actually, I speak too soon, as it looks like cheesewheel coming through lower, playing the point straight away. It's going to be an Uber trade on the last here. And now it looks like it's actually going to be favouring red a little bit more. The health's favouring it. Sean's going to go down. He's going to find death onto a scout, and they take that round with pure aggression.
Yeah, taking the height around the playing that player advantage. As we are going to go into the second mid. Nice 5-minute round to start the game out. Cheesewheel taking the lead. They want this placement badge. They don't want the placement badge. They want this grand final spot. They want to take revenge on White Noise for the traded maps that they took. And to do that, Bonk, he's going to get narrowed. He's going to do some damage across. KL, half health jumping in the sky. He'll land and do a second jump. And they're going to look to crush weapon fire. One rocket will pop him up a little bit. But the thing is, everyone on the side of... Saharan Spies, that's their team, will just be focusing on weapon fire because MG died so early on that mid. They won't find them.
Siege was a big play there. Everyone was fighting on the top left or top right, depending which way you're looking at. He's like, alright, you can do that. I'm just going right behind and kill your medic. And he does so. 2 rockets and MG is dead. And at full disad, as we have Sean on the Texas building man, trying to get a sentry up to save this last bit. This looks like it could go 2-0 down straight away. 23 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, and Wishcash, he's taken lobby. They are playing a little slow, maybe scared of the sniper, which is up on Omni this time. He's playing far back right for his own team. But the Uber has come through Shutter. He's going to decide to watch for players on the right side. He will decide to go through spawn and come up on Scout through his left door. Players on cheesewheel crumbling around the point. But they do end up getting in an even player situation here. Wishcash playing around the point. He needs to focus on living. KL getting put very low. Sean and Hipster both very low, and they will die as the second round does go in favor. Very quick follow-up from Cheesewheel. They are not playing around on this map. Very confident in their deciding pick.
That was a good attempt at a last hold there. Very good. They almost actually brought that into favourable position, but they will not be as they go down 2-0 here to Cheesewheel as we come into the next middle. Saharan Spies looking to try and win this. Early aggression from one of the soldiers going into the opposite team kitchen as top right is being fought, and it looks like Saharan Spies are going to win that top right pretty well, but here comes the soldier, and MG is completely disconnected from his team, but it doesn't matter as Bonk and Siege get cleaned up, and that's a very, very good mid from Saharan Spies.
Yeah, but also really good recovery from Cheesewheel. They keep 4 alive and actually have slight Uber advantage to hold this, but Wishcash, he will just get destroyed by the scouts aggressing through Cheesewheel having to back out due to the cheese aggression. As Omni, he wants to put some aggression further in. He's all the way in last trying to get kills, but they'll get the force on the weapon fire as MG just gets bombed by Z, disconnected from his team due to the over-aggression from KL and Omni. And he'll die 95%, so it doesn't matter that the Uber gets used. It's going to end up being even Ubers. Definitely even Ubers, because weapon fire is just running around with no one to heal on last.
Yep, they tried to do the classic cheesewheel aggression on the Saharan Spies, but way too quick. MG didn't have Uber, you cannot go invincible there. So, I see the idea, but it was just not executed properly. Too fast on the gunners now. Even Ubers on this middle, grinding happening, and well, let's see who wants to bomb first.
I'm going to take a guess and say that it's probably no one until both Ubers are gotten. Ubers are even right now, both teams building. I think it's going to be a wait until we've got and then bomb. It's looking like Sean's getting aggressive and lower. He will get spot, and that's going to prompt Siege to push through and do some damage, but he won't get the kill. as everyone's going to back up and get healthy. As you do with KL, he's trying to get some spam onto Bread. He will actually get some decent damage and knock Bread off of the height. This would be the opportunity to jump, and here comes Sean, taking advantage of that very high in the sky, and will hit a single point of damage onto Weapon Fire.
That's a few beef rockets there from Sean. You hate to see it. Not like this, but it's fine. It's a sack. Nobody saw it right, apart from everyone watching the stream. It's fine. As now we go into maybe a counter sack from Red. They are taking heavy aggression on Saw, but the demo is going to take a lot of damage there. This might actually slow down their aggression, but they're just going to use Throw on the Scout. And guess who's caught out? It's Hipster, but he does get saved by MG. As now, this Uber is better for Blue. But will they actually push off it, or will they just reset on mid here? It looks like it's going to be a reset here. But they do want to go lower, but it's been locked down by Spam, as it looks like it is just going to be a reset.
Yeah, they had pretty good positioning. They just didn't have the ability to turn that positioning into any kills. Everyone on cheesewheel very far out. And we are going to see more stalemating. Both teams building up. Zeech will die, I believe. Was that in lowers? I think it was. It was like on slope, so he'll die. And actually, they're going to push all the way in. Sean, very high bomb. KL following him up, going to try and get the kill. Air will survive, very low health hiding in that area, and he will miss the pack, landed right next to it. Bread will die on the point with him. As Saharan Spies, 95 over coming up on Cheese, Saharan Spies on 90%. They'll get now, and they want to push this in while they're two down. Both soldiers bombing, taking the height, and Sean going in fast onto Weapon Fire. He will die immediately. Weapon Fire will get forced outside of his own spawn door, and with both soldiers down, Saharan Spies are going to leave. They can't really fight second here. No one's in a position to go for a back cap. And if I was Cheesewheel, I'd be pushing it. Bonk's got the right idea, but he's alone. He'll going to get caught out. Wish Cash as well with the stickies from Hipster. And this is really not great. Demo down, Scout down. You've got full Uber, and you're pushing right into where the entire team is. No use through the door, but Hipster does get dropped.
Hipster going down, it's really not going to be favourable there, but they still are invincible, and Scout Ubers are extremely powerful, as the demo will not be needed. They will get the point, clean up all the frags. Well done from the Scouts there, and that will be the first round for them.
Yeah, definitely a much faster paced game coming out here. Touch wood, we do have 18 minutes left, and that was the length of the 16-minute round on Badlands. That did push us to the golden cap, so hopefully we don't see another 16-minute slugfest of nothing until we go to a 2-2. We want rounds, we want action, and Bonk is looking to deliver, looking to get some spam across. Air hitting massive damage up top. KL will crater on his own side. Zeech looks to take the height, getting counterbombed by Sean. Sean will back up as Air gets aggressive a lot across the top as well. He'll be reloading, and the entirety of Saharan Spies is alive. We'll be looking at getting out through their lowers. Air, he's looking to come through window, get some damage out. He'll hit a headshot rocket onto Sean and look to clean up that kill. He'll lock him in on the pack and push that through. But you do have players. Omni getting very low here. Wishcat getting knocked around just a little bit. He will not manage to get that kill. Omni getting very low there.
Very good aggression from the side of Cheese. They will be able to take mid and second, as it seems like Sean is saying something about packet loss. If that's a lie, well, too bad.
Bread's on
Bread.
MG.
Oh my god, MG drops!
No! MG, it can't be like that. And actually, Zeech goes in. He did die, but he gets a kill. Omni dying as well. Both scouts down. This is going to be one of the easiest pushes that Cheesewheel will have of the entire season. They'll see the soldiers. They will know where all of these players are. Weapon fire. He will just use no holding it this time. Sean will actually crater from the high jump, and they are just going to stand on the point and claim a third round.
Well,
we aren't even halfway through, and we have the same amount of rounds that we've had in the other two maps.
We saw it from Weapon Fire that dropped the loss in the round, and we see one from MG now that turns into a round conversion for the opposite team as we come into the next mid here, the fifth mid. As we now have both demos rolling out here. Good damage from the side of Saharan Spies onto the other demo. Here comes the both soldiers on the side of Red, and MG is caught out. He's weak. He is going to die. And it is absolute destruction. Or is it, as Saharan Spies are able to get 2 frags back? They actually get weapon fire as well. They're pulling this back superbly. As another soldier comes in, Siege is going to destroy Sean, but Sean will get revenge. But Wishcash will go down there as well. And that's a really good turnaround from the side of Saharan Spies.
Yeah, definitely. It was looking bleak at the beginning of that mid, but the clean up kill onto weapon fire and then the eventual wipe ends up tilting it in their favor. 20% Uber advantage. Pardon me. As Omni is alone capping the point, they'll force him out before his team can catch up with him. And feeling we may see a little bit of a cheeky stalemate here. KL will jump into the rocket from air. It's actually the entirety of Saharan Spies is in this lower section right now. They'll spread out a bit on mid as they approach their own Uber. Air taking the opportunity to jump into a scout, need a meat shot.
The classic soldier experience, jump into death from scout. My favourite true combo, as it looks like MG just wants to take a trade here. They're going right in, they're trying to find weapon fire, but weapon fire is looking at them from a distance, taunting at them, and that arrow was huge, and Red will still go down, but he lived for long enough, as it looks like this could actually be a last round conversion, as right now it looks like they're actually getting the frags, and this might be it, as Bonk with a huge trap on the point. They actually do get Uber here to use, and well, Saharan Spies are going to have to back out here, and they can't really re-enter as the spawners are going to be coming out.
But they have 50% Uber ad, so it's actually a much bigger ad than what they had initially. Sniper up on Bread, I imagine. Nope, off the sniper. Oh wait, back on the sniper. On.
So he's looking to hit a pretty nut shot here to try and get him back into this round and not have such a big disadvantage here as Bonk setting up his standard traps there above the door, which is able to get them some picks last round as they look like they're doing lower to right again. Let's hope these traps do not meet their fate here of a possible drop, as now there's a gun on the point as they actually come in, and Hipster's deep. He's so deep, he's onto the medic, but no one's shooting this gun. The gun is still up and is doing so much work. The frags are coming out, the gun does go down, but a lot of damage has been done. They don't have the height here, and Red will be able to win this late fight, it looks like.
Maybe, but the scout and the medic, it is Mort up. Mort is not one to try and take these fights, so he will end up backing out and joining with Mitch. I have a feeling if that was Omni alive on the scout, that would have been a different call for the fight. Omni will take those fights with the beam. But speaking of Omni, he's in cheese right now. He's going to catch some players off. He'll come back for his team. The double bomb landing on the bridge. That is Siege all the way behind MG with a very nice surf above the pipe to avoid any additional damages. Again, we've got about what's this, 25% advantage in favor of Saharan Spies. It's getting to the point where it might just not be pushable. But they're going to do it anyway, getting into position. They need Hipster to do another bomb. Weapon fire on 80, they will use through the door. The bomb will not happen from Hipster, but they will get onto the heavy. Weapon fire 95%, he's building and spawn, but the point is being played very well. Uber will come out, 4 players alive on the side of Cheesewheel, but they're down the demo and the heavy. Players getting quite low on both teams. KL falling from the height, landing on top of weapon fire, not getting anything. Air will die from the crate. 3 apiece. And it looks like it may be another leapfrog attempt into second, but Omni's there to drive Brett away.
Oh, that almost looked like that could have been on the side of Saharan Spies. They had good positioning, but that counter Uber coming in and Red just were able to really get their positioning back. But now it looks like, speaking of positioning, Blue want to take it here and they get to catch out Bonk. And Bonk is going to die pretty quickly here, and this actually enables a push into last for them. They don't have to have Uber here. This could be a dry push, and they're going to do exactly that. As there's a soldier up the top, he's being spammed off, he has to concede his position, he's going to go down. Another soldier counter jumps onto the top, but he's also losing so much HP, and everyone is dying. And that's the round.
Wishcash went behind and did nothing. They were 2 dead and an extra player down on the last point. It was a 3v5. I'm not sure what Wishcash was thinking. They were definitely going to look at pushing that in. But regardless, 2-3, 11 minutes left on the clock. Bonk tanking a lot of damage early. We'll need that arrow very quickly from weapon fire, which he will receive. And Hipster and the rest of his team, they're looking at getting aggressive. Weapon fire is very low. He'll have to get the pack in lower, but will get to a stray pipe from Hipster. Sean dying on the aggressive, but KL will die as well. Both soldiers down on Saharan Spies, and they are all needing arrows right now. Mort will die. Hipster will get cut off here, die, and Wishcam, he doesn't look to chase. He will confirm that Saw is clear as weapon fire. Oh, he's a late spawn and he's got no one. So this is going to be full Uber advantage for the Saharan Spies. I imagine they look at taking mid here to convert this into another round.
Again, MG just so good at living here. As there's no resistance on second as you'd expect. And now they want to take this into mid with pretty much full Uber advantage. Looking at 70% Uber out here. But Red don't want to give this up freely. They want to try and force MG, which they have been good at doing on all the maps we've seen tonight. So let's see if they can do that, as now they're grinding pretty well themselves. This ad has now dwindled to only 40%, as now they enter and both soldiers looking to jump, and here they go. But Siege will screw up his jump. He comes in, but he's got no HP, and this time there will be no force.
Yeah, nothing going in their favor. They're going to leave a scout to cap, try and take advantage of that. They will know the Ubers will be about even, but with both soldiers down, it's a very easy entry to the second point. The main threat being the soldiers, and KO getting very far forward, doing a lot of damage onto Brett. Oh no, and that's everyone involved with the cheese wheel Uber going down, with MG not getting touched at all. You'll have Air come in with his other soldier and scout. The Uber will come out on the point. And this is going to be a crushing weapon fire. Zeke both going down. They're going to turn around and deal with these players on the point. But Wishcap, he's not being dealt with. He has actually found Mitch alone, as he will go through with the shots. Point won't get capped in favor of Cheesewheel. And with a bunch of players down, including the medic, they're going to have to try and make something happen here on this last defense. Heavy demo, soldier up. They're going to play the point.
Oh, Bread will find the fragment to KO, but there's just not much resistance with the little players that they had, and this is a huge turnaround for Saharan Spies, winning 2 in a row now to absolutely turn this game around and swing the momentum in their favour as we come into this next middle. And this will be the 7th middle of this final on Snakewater. As they walk in, Stickies raining out on this fight as the rest of the teams come in. As it looks like there's a soldier in the opposing kitchen on the side of Cheesewheel. As the soldier on the high ground on the right will take a lot of damage and concede that position, but he's going to re-aggress as Siege going to be finding the opening pick onto a scout there, and Sean also going down. So they are going to have to back up here as KL also goes down late in the fight.
Yeah, definitely. Very clean mid from Cheesewheel there. They cannot be stopped on these mids. They just need to clean up their last play a little bit. Zeej, he's looking at coming in. He's heard the call from Mitch. He will hit one splash rocket, get knocked straight into him, but nothing will come of it. He will die. Ubers will be even. And it looks like Sean will get denied another sack attempt. Oh no, and that's a hipster.
Hipster going down is massive for this. And now MG goes down with 100%. He dies full Uber. And this is gonna turn the tides. As I just said, the momentum was in the favor of Saharan Spies. Another drop from MG costing them the round.
Not the way you want to be losing this. At least the pace of this game is up quite a bit. 8th mid coming in, 7 minutes remaining. Still anybody's game, with it being 4-3 in favor of Cheesewheel. Bonk's looking to get a very aggressive again, but he's eating a lot of damage. We'll have to grab an arrow from Weapon Fire, which he'll get now. But Omni's walking very aggressive into the point, doing a lot of damage. Will combine for the kill onto Bonk enough. Cheesewheel, Weapon Fire going down as well, as both soldiers for the side of Saharan Spies will fall. Zeej will find his way on top of MG, who will get the pack and escape. Hipster getting the kill onto Bread. It's going to be just Air alive, trying to salvage this. He needs to get a kill onto MG, otherwise surely Saharan Spies will manage to equalize this. But he's just there. He's jumping around behind, getting healthy. Surely they know where he is. These players behind are going to find him any second now. He's jumping forward. He's actually found the perfect angle. He's coming up behind on Mitch. He is going to get the rockets reloaded. One jump. No one's found him yet. One rocket. He will not get any other damage as Mitch surfs right onto a pack. Sorry, MG for all of that. And, man.
Unlucky that he landed on a pack there for Air. Classic Sargon strat, as we are going to be coming top right for this Uber. And there's traps right on the floor, but they're gonna clear them. And there is a gun. They're gonna have to kill this gun straight away. As it will go down, but is it too late? His weapon fire will get his Uber. And now, oh, there's trade frags going out, but it's looking like it's in favour of the side of cheesewheel. A lot of cap time though. They're just gonna bot for the point, and they're not gonna get it though. A lot of players do go down, but it will be a wipe.
It will be. They will push their players forward, get Wishcash onto the cap, and at this point for cheesewheel, you need to put yourself into a good position, play a very easy advantage, and at least get one more round. One round advantage has not been enough in this game at all for them. As we saw from the golden cap, you've got Wishcash dying on the point. Uber advantage is slightly in favor of Saharan Spies here, about 25% it is. So it's definitely pushable, and if they can get a pick onto weapon fire early, like they have been able to do previously, they can turn this into another round. They were very close on that last Uber push, and with all players for both teams coming up heavy on Wishcash, he'll sit on top of the truck. They will see him and look to get some spam onto him, nearly killing Bread in the process actually while he's building. As the Uber's coming in from lower this time, clearing traps on the door. Air is there. He will get some damage onto MG. Hasn't forced yet. Air will actually get left alone as Omni. He's rushing the heavy. A bunch of shots onto him. Uber's been taken off of him while he's reloading. And Wishcash is actually still alive. That entire Uber went to killing the heavy. And meanwhile, Weapon Fire got his Uber, which has led to a complete and utter destruction of the rest of his team. Sean and Omni staying in. And actually, MG staying in a little longer than he normally will. But it's going to be Bonk versus the world. Omni's going to play the point and body block him off of it. 4 minutes remaining, and we are
what a
4
recommit.
points apiece.
That was an amazing recommit. The bomb there coming in onto the point, getting so much damage. Weapon fire going down, and 2 last players left stranded on the point. As now we come into this next mid, the 9th one of this map. As now Demo is raining out their stickies, and it looks like Saharan Spies will be getting the first stick onto the opposite Demo, and they're getting aggressive early. Omni going down really early, and they're so aggressive right now. It looks to be working so far, but they need to deal with these struggling soldiers right now. MG is still alive, and he needs to stay alive for this round to be converted, but he's in such a bad spot. But he's just living. MG's so good, but he will go down at the end there. As now it is down to 1v1. Some MG action here as 2 scouts going at it for this midpoint. Health pool's not looking good for the side of Saharan Spies there. 30 HP on this scout, and he's going to have to back up and concede here. And it looks like they want to try and recommit here, but they don't really have the players or the positioning to do it, and they are going to have to concede the middle.
Yeah, and actually with how late MG died in that mid, they end up with a 30% Uber disadvantage, with both of these players down right now waiting on the spawn. They'll have to be careful on second. They are getting into a more passive position here, ready to back up. As we do see cheesewheel there, posturing themselves lower. They look like they want to push this through. This Uber is coming, but they don't want to use it here. Aggression from the soldiers coming in through Saw. Air will make the initial jump to take space in front of the point. As Bonk, he's kind of looking around, trying to find where his medic is. He's walking forward, damage onto MG. Actually, MG's alone. MG's alone. He's getting caught out here. Low health. He will die with 96%. They need to get a force onto weapon fire here. Otherwise, this is going to end up being another round. 2 minutes left on the clock. Sean will come in for the force attempt. The weapon fire, he's very healthy. 3 players left. 11 seconds on the spawn wave, and this should be a round. Heavy Demo Man and a soldier up on the side of Saharan Spies. cheesewheel actually leaving it a little bit close. They will use as 2 of the spawns come up. This heavy will die on the point though, along with the rest of these players. They need to convert this round, and they will, with the players from Saharan Spies falling. Sean spawning, but it is too little too late. 5-4 in favor of cheesewheel. A minute 47 left. Saharan Spies, I think we're going to see them do something even more aggressive than the last mid. They want to push this to Golden Cup again and get a second chance at taking this series.
This could be it. This could be their last mid played for Season 28. As they want to come in and play another mid in the Golden Cap as we come in here. 4-5 down for Saharan Spies. They want to get aggressive, and right now they're trying their best to get aggressive. Both soldiers going to be coming in now. The medic on the side of weapon fire, he's going to be stuck down low, but he's going to live on 7 HP. He does go down. MG is still up, and MG will go down. Air coming in with a 2-piece. Bread killing KL. And there's the Minecraft action for Xander. That will be Hipster going down, and that's not the situation you want to see on Saharan Spies.
It's not. They have a minute left. If they manage to dry fight it and push it all the way through, they can do something. But Sean is not making a good start for his team. Omni getting juggled around. He'll get the kill onto Ed. Bonk will kill him with some nicely placed sticky. Bread taking the fight with Mort, who has the beam. And at this point, on Cheesewheel, just need to toy with 30 seconds left. At this point, I'm willing to call it GG. They don't have enough time to cat mid through to last. And that is going to be Saharan Spies eliminated in fourth place. Cheesewheel will go through to the semi-final against White Noise next week, with the winner of that game playing in the grand final.
That's heartbreaking, man. That's really gonna suck. They started bringing it back, and then then they just lose that round, and I think MG's also gonna feel pretty trashy too. Dropping twice. That's, man, what a game! Just what a game! Everyone played so well, and it came down to the best team winning, and that was Cheesewheel.
Yeah, overall they did play a very good game. 5-4, kind of thankfully a very quick game there, the rounds going up as we went through, but I mean, Saharan Spies, they had the series. Like, they dominated on Logjam. It was so one-sided on Logjam. Think all the way back to an hour and a half ago that map finished. 4-0 in their favor on Logjam. That was Cheesewheel's pick. Yeah. Then they went to Prolands, just the slugfest. It was a 2-2 in the regulation, thanks to a drop by Weapon Fire in the final minute of regulation time. They go to the Golden Cap after a bit of back and forward. Cheesewheel, they get the drop onto MG, and then roll it from mid all the way to last using their own Uber. And then we've just witnessed Snakewater, the final pick by Cheesewheel, coming in a map that they were likely very comfortable on. And they managed to go through 9 rounds in 29 minutes were won, and Cheesewheel winning the majority of them.
I've got to say, huge props to Weapon Fire that game. He didn't drop a single time. With all that chaos that was going on, that's a very good achievement from him. So hats off to Weapon Fire there. He played really well that game. Recovering from that one drop that we talked about, that kind of put them into Golden Cup.
Yeah.
He recovered from that. Good job, Weapon Fire. He played really well. And if we look at the damage here, and, well, Hipster, even though he was on the losing side, it was a chaotic game, but he will top damage on the demo. Bonk right below him, and then the Soldiers for Red come in as the next 2 top damage.
Yeah, I mean, Air and Siege, they just got better and better throughout the series. They started off fairly cold on Logjam, which is a fairly difficult map for them. Like, it's just a lot of open spaces where the scouts can get denied. And they were getting counter-jumped so bad. They went to Proland. Air had a banger of a game. Siege did what he needed to. And then this game, it just felt like they had the control. They were jumping in onto MG so many times. I mean, Siege having 5 kills onto MG, and then the 2 scouts, Wishcash with 4, Bread with 3. There was just so much being done onto the medic. And even, actually, Hipster ended up having the most medic kills. It's 6. Just the amount of times he was trapping off Weapon Fire. It was a really well-played game by all players, really. No one in particular had a bad game, and that's what you like to see in these situations. Everyone playing at nearly their best. It just makes for the best TF2 at this stage of the season. So we are getting interviews in. It looks like we have Sean from Saharan Spies and Weapon Fire from Cheesewheel. GG's, guys. I will start with you, Weapon Fire. How are you feeling after the game?
I'm definitely feeling way better than I did after the second map. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was a great game. Definitely like a nail biter. Honestly, yeah, just great.
That's good to hear. And Sean, how about you? How are you guys feeling after that game?
I think so we're actually feeling pretty good. Like obviously we would have loved to have won, but like it was a really good game, and I think we played as well as we could. So, or given the circumstances and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to start off. I want to cast our mind back about 2 hours and 40 minutes ago when the pick bans were being done. And that was the logjam pick that came out from Cheesewheel. And you guys, to put it lightly, kind of got rolled on that
Yeah,
map.
we got in.
Was there a reason you guys went in picking logjam, or just kind of try something out, catch them off guard?
Historically,
Bunk-
we're pretty good on it.
Yeah, Bunk and I's previous team was just like incredible on that map. We would just fucking roll every team we came across on logjam, and then I feel like as well we kind of I don't know we had like a shit stream before and stuff like this. We like I don't know we came in with the wrong energy. I feel like we just weren't level headed, but we woke up in Badlands. I didn't wake up. I woke up on the third map, but yeah. Logjam just didn't go our way, I suppose.
Speaking of Badlands and your performance weapon fire, like how'd you bounce back from that yourself? Just like as an individual player, going into a golden cap and then like all that stuff. How'd you like mentally go? Okay, that sucked, but I've got to like focus on to the next golden cap and the next map.
Well, believe it or not, I have thrown a previous playoff game that Michael's casted.
Which we did talk about before. I didn't name
did you actually?
But yeah, we brought it up.
I was like, so after that game, I was like, man, it was so easy not to do that. You know what I mean? Like when you think back on it, it's like that is such an easy fix, but it's like in the moment. So if you go into the map, like just being like all this easy shit that like I don't want to do to lose the game, I'm just gonna not do that. And once you get that mindset going, it's pretty hard to do it once you're actually trying. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're winning, you don't become complacent. Stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And, I mean, speaking of Badlands, Sean, you guys had a pretty poor start to Badlands, then going into that long round that you guys did manage to clean up. Like, how were you guys feeling going into that golden cap, knowing that if you won that, you had the series in 2?
We're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty comfortable. Like we thought we were having like reasonable success on mids. Like either if we didn't win the mid, we usually got weapon fire. So like we were pretty comfortable that we could win. So I guess, yeah. I still think like our holds had been really successful the whole time. So we thought that we sort of weren't going to lose. It was just if we could win. And I mean, yeah, I don't know, losing to backcaps in playoffs is always kind of suck.
Yeah, definitely. Just more getting put into that 1v2. That was
yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have died as fast as I did either. So it was kind of just like, yeah, they won the 2v2.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I actually have one other question for you. You had Omni playing for you guys tonight, and I mean, in terms of the scoreboard, he performed brilliantly.
Yeah, he brought a lot of energy as well, which was awesome. Really grateful that Omni could play and that the other team let Omni play.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually going to mention, in terms of the energy that he was bringing, I noticed that especially in Snakewater, as well as I think it was Logjam, he was taking a lot of really aggressive solo Ubers. Is that something that you guys had, like, kind of discussed a little bit before the game, or was that just something spur of the moment that OMG and MG kind of, combined to create?
Yeah, no, it was not too different to how I think we usually want to play. I'd say that Omni is probably a little bit more aggressive than Fez usually is, or probably knows how far he can push his aggression. So I think like we try to do that same thing with Fez, but like, I don't know. I think part of it as well is we went rounds down on Snake, so we kind of have to try and make things happen and force the game to move along. Otherwise, we just end up losing. So yeah, Omni was sort of calling aggression quite a bit when he saw like space as well. So yeah, one of those things that he brings for being sort of a more experienced player.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it made Snakewater a very interesting game. The round lead going back and forth a few times, and I mean, having more rounds than the other two maps combined is made for a nice change of pace for us, at least.
Yeah, no, we're sorry we made you wait so long between maps.
It was fine. We had nice story time. I had time to tell the engineer story of previous teams. So yeah, that was it was fine.
That's why I play medic now. I can't off class.
I'm curious. Did you guys did any thoughts like that creep in once you guys kind of cemented a round lead earlier on Cheesewheel, like on Snakewater? Were you guys at any point thinking about stalemating it before the end, or like did you just want to keep going and make sure you maintained a round lead?
We just wanted to keep playing. Like, I was like, I've seen this episode before, guys. You know what I mean? Like, we were very wary of throwing. Like, I think that was one of our higher priorities going into Snakewater, because we tend to play like strangely. Like, our group of players tend to become strange players when it comes to playoffs. If you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, just like playing disciplined was just what we did to stop that from happening.
Okay. Yeah, Lucky, do you have any questions for the players?
I think you pretty much covered everything, Michael. You're kind of carrying this interview section.
Sweet. Well, look, I guess we will jump it into interviews unless anyone has anything to say from either teams.
Yeah, I got something to say.
Go for it.
Sean, how'd you feel about Badlands last and like Door?
Oh, pretty cringe, man. Because like I've got that fucking that 70 ping door, and like when I was I would press S and then the rockets would still sort of hit me when I'm like back in spawn. WA, man, just don't play projectiles. That's like my recommendation to anyone from WA.
Also, I don't know if it was you. I think it actually wasn't you, but we killed the heavy doing that once as well. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, that was more, unfortunately.
Shout out to David for that strat.
Yeah, the splash on that load door. It was you guys got like 4 picks in a row on last pushes doing that. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, KO was getting mad at me.
Yeah, I think we
actually might have lost if we didn't do that, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely did buy you guys a good amount of time, and I think we'll look at wrapping things up here and chuck it to interviews. We do have Kale actually joined us, so I guess Kale, you can lead us off with the interviews, with the shout outs.
Shout out to Seraph and Shiloh. They were in our Discord just watching. Oh, and Pav too.
Okay, and Sean, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout outs to both teams and TF Live, and shout out to my boy Ivan.
A weapon fire.
Shout out to David and Lambda. And Seraph as well. And yeah, good games, guys. Shout out to Panda Bears.
And Lucky, you got anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out to the Quake boys, Soros and Jerry, for watching this, and I see you two in Discord. Thank you for watching. Huge shout out to Sargon, and just a reminder that Tesla is a bot.
Wow, it feels like an attack onto Tesla. It feels bad. Well, look, as we're coming to the close, I mean, look, shout out as always to Connor, the big man himself, setting this all up, running the stream. Having to work the camera for the entire time to make sure everything runs smoothly. Shout out to you, Lucky, for joining me tonight. It was always fun to cast some TF2.
Same to you, Michael.
Yeah, and shout out to both teams. Honestly, you both played great. Both had your ups and your downs. It made for a really interesting series. Even though it may have, in some sections between maps, maybe gone a little long. For seemingly no reason, but hey, it was, the journey as a whole was fun, and congratulations to Cheesewheel. You will get to continue your playoffs run next week against White Noise for a spot in the grand final. And that's going to do us for tonight. This was the lower page playoffs game of season 28 High. do keep an eye out for more TF Live TV coverage. Our next cast is looking to be the Upper Page Playoffs premiere game, which is on Sunday at, I believe it was 8:30 p.m. last I saw. So do keep an eye out for that. As it's always good. Watch some prep. It's a low stakes game, and the grand scheme of things, no one's getting eliminated. So keep an eye out for that. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone.